Hello everybody and welcome back to another streaming at the Gaming Roundtable this week. And something's not right. Hold on. Because there's no way I did it that fast.
One client, two clients, three clients.
I mean, I think everything's set up and everything's all good and ready to go. It feels very weird to be ready this fast.
Silly Billy Hilly Churl.
Well, I guess I'm going to take it and we're going to run with it. Before we look at the events and stuff, I want to check this. Okay, so there's something here. Obviously maintenance and everything, but there's also Lisa's birthday letter or whatever. Now that the alchemy shop's running smoothly, I've had a lot less work on my plate. The knights already reported to me some time ago about how much the alchemical potions have been helping them, or have helped them. But I've been waiting and waiting, and I still haven't received a letter from you. I don't even know how helpful the potions I made for you were. Have they made your journey a little bit easier, or at least a little easier? I mean, I'm not saying it wrong. I just want to make sure I actually get the same wording across. Before you set off for someplace even further away, returning to familiar places to see your old friends is a great way to get yourself back in the right mindset. But I'm sure you already knew that. As for what we'll be having for dinner, how about I let you decide? I'm sure you still remember just what I like. Don't you keep me waiting for too long this time. And yes, I did leave out the cutie because I'm not in the mood to... I don't think I'm going to be saying that one. I'm willing to make myself look like a fool, but that's a bit too far for me.
Once there was
oh yeah, new
update,
so, you know, new battle pass. Love it. I love how it's actually just called Battle Pass. They don't call it like, because you know right here it says it's an no-stick hymn, but it's like it literally just says Battle Pass. Like it's not the special name they made for it. It's just like, oh yeah, it's the Battle Pass, guys. Just letting you know. And yeah, obviously with the new update come new character. Chlorian is finally released alongside rerun of Alhaitham. We'll actually get to the trial run of the character in a few seconds. I'm gonna claim whatever's in here, and oh right, I forgot you have to actually click something here. Once again, I'll never summon on the weapon banner, even on like my own account. I just don't ever do it because I'm not in the mood to do it, and I just feel like it's almost like a waste. All right, so right here you have Chlorian's story quest, or I call them companion missions. I thought that's what they were called, but maybe it's like the longer missions are the story quests, and then the companion missions are the ones where you have multiple paths, but I don't know why they're not all called companion missions, because they're all basically the same concept of, like, getting to know the character. Bedtime Story, which is actually the, yeah, it says Archon quest. I didn't think it was an interlude. I don't know. You know, we haven't had an interlude. Maybe, I would feel like we would have one sooner or later. I don't know. I guess we'll see and we'll find out, but we'll definitely start this today because, I mean, unless this quest or this event is super duper long, which I highly doubt, but, you know, obviously we'll see. But before any of that, we'll do the test run and go through all the characters. Okay, I did forget. There is a new 4-star, I think it's Sethos, but I probably am wrong. Like, obviously the way in English you'd read it is Sethos, but it's probably a different, it's probably different the way you're supposed to say it normally, so we'll just start this off and kind of go from there. And because I really don't know if we're going to finish the Archon quest this stream. We're going to see how far we get, and if we complete it, awesome. If not, then I guess we have some for next time, but we'll see. Obviously, with us having to play through a little bit of the event first as well, because I don't think the full thing's released yet if they did the whole, like, it releases over days kind of thing, but once again, we'll see. I haven't even touched the event, so I don't know what it's all about. Going to the character missions, or not character missions, character trials. Toma's elemental skill deals AoE pyro damage and summons a defensive blazing barrier. Obtaining a blazing barrier again will allow the new damage absorption to stack with the amount that currently remains, and it will also refresh the barrier's duration. When he uses the elemental burst, he deals AoE pyro damage and creates a scorching Oyori? Yeah, that scorching thing. Characters under the effect of this Will trigger fiery collapses with their normal attacks, dealing AoE pyro damage and summoning another blazing barrier. So, Shielder. Which, I mean, is obvious considering we use Convert Shield as well, so, you know, it would make sense to use the shield.
Fire it up!
Except this one's obviously going to be a lot better than mine, because I haven't built mine, and
Nice and
he's
spicy.
also like 20 levels under.
Incinerate.
And what is it? It's not a hammer, it's a, it's like a weight? I don't know what that is. Oh, wait, no. It is a weight because she's a legal consultant. And, you know, like the whole, what is it called? Oh, gosh. I'm trying to think of what they're called. The instrument used to, like, weigh things, where you put some items on one side and other items on the other side. I don't remember what
Don't get
it's
too
called.
close!
That's
I
what's
got you
bothering me.
covered!
A scale. I guess it's technically a scale, like the old-fashioned scale.
I'm so sorry.
Not like the one
Motion
we
to
have currently
compel.
where they're all electronic. It's weird how over the expanse of time we call a certain item the exact same thing, but they're like entirely different. I mean, oh gosh, I'm trying to think of like an example. I mean, oh, you can even think of like, granted, clocks nowadays are, you know, it's not too new, but going from like the whole ticking hand to being able to like see the hour hand and the minute hand, and that's a clock. But at the same time, a digital clock that tells you the exact time is also a clock. It's like, that difference is very vast. And obviously, you know, it's same thing with the scale, but the scale's a bit more apparent. Okay, I'm rambling at this point. I should probably stop for now. When Bennett uses elemental skill, he can charge it up from multiple layers, which have different effects, from smoothly dealing pyro damage to dealing greater damage but sending himself flying in the ensuing explosion, though he will not be injured by it. Elemental Burst strikes the ground with pyro to create an inspiration field. Field continually infuses characters with pyro and regenerates health for characters with low HP. Or sorry, low health. When the health of the characters within the field exceeds 70%, field provides an attack bonus instead. Oh, hold on. Sorry, there's something in my throat. I'm just not feeling very good. So yeah, essentially, you have this.
Out of the way.
That's pretty
we
self-explanatory.
go.
That's like obviously the maximum amount you can charge it. And then the field will heal you under 70% HP. It will give you a damage buff over 70%. So pretty self-explanatory, honestly.
That's gonna hurt in the morning.
There's not really much to know about Bennett. He's very, very easy to understand with support.
Let's light it up. I'm going in. Out of the frying pan.
And so,
No,
now
my
we have
sword.
that.
Rain cutter.
Come a little closer.
Let his field do its
You've
thing.
been a naughty boy. Try not to enjoy this too.
Nice. Everybody stand back.
Yeah, they are not enjoying this.
Adventure time.
Yep, those enemies did not enjoy that one. Alright, did I ever play Sithos? Like, I'm trying to think, because I thought I went through the trials, but I guess we'll see. You can use aim shots at charge level 2 to fire shadow-piercing shots to deal damage to all enemies along the trajectory. Charging speed will be increased based on the current amount of elemental energy he has, and firing will consume elemental energy. That's interesting, because that means you might not get ult as fast or burst as fast. That is something else. I guess we'll see how that feels. Elemental skill deals damage to nearby enemies, and he regains elemental energy if his skill triggers an electro-related reaction. Elemental burst causes him to enter the twilight meditation state, temporarily converting his normal attacks to enemy-piercing dusk bolts, which deal electro damage and whose damage increases based on his elemental mastery. Oh, that's cool. So you have to like increase his elemental mastery. Kind of cool, I guess.
Give some space.
So if oh, he even stands still. Oh, that's kind of cool, actually. So if hold on, I'm gonna do this. Yeah, so it, like, it takes it. That's cool. Oh, hello. We were about to die somehow. I don't know how in the world that happened.
You blade!
See, they're like doing a ton of damage for some reason.
Way ahead!
Oh, so as long as we have elemental energy, it charges up faster. That's kind of cool, I guess.
Give me some space.
And then with the skill, it allows it to charge faster. Yeah, that takes a really long time if you don't have skill.
Excuse me.
I do want to get ult though, so I'm gonna start saving up some energy. Oh, okay, cool.
Just like we rehearsed. Don't be scared. Don't get it.
Give me some space.
I can't hold it down and actually fire shots, because if I fire shots, I'm gonna... Okay, let's do...
You want this?
Excuse me.
No more tricks up your sleeve.
Let's
By
activate
the
it.
sage's wisdom.
Oh yeah, oh wow.
You want this?
That's kind of cool. Because they all just basically fire the... And yeah, obviously not the sun, but...
Pulverize.
Way ahead.
And wait, is he faster? I don't know, maybe it's just me, but it seemed like for a few seconds it almost felt like he ran faster. Oh, ow. Oh, wait. Wait, do criticals? Criticals count, right? That's what I'm assuming, because I did a lot more damage than I was expecting. Yeah, so let's charge a body shot and see what happens. No, okay, it looks like it almost did the same damage. Unless, I don't know, maybe I messed up and it did more damage because we broke something, but... It didn't seem like it. I guess I don't know if criticals actually count. I have to check that. It's not something I guess I've ever really thought about, because I never really cared about playing bow characters that much. Hytham performs a thrust when his elemental skill is used, generating chisel light mirrors, and then causes normal, charged, and plunging attacks to be temporarily converted to dentro damage. When chisel light mirrors are present, these attacks will also activate projection attacks when they hit opponents, with the power of said projection attacks being determined by the number of mirrors present. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I got none of that. Hold on. Generate light mirrors, cause normal, charge, plunging attacks, so basically all attacks, to convert it to dentro damage. Got you. When the mirrors are present, these attacks will also activate projection attacks, with the power of said projection attacks being determined by the number of mirrors present. Okay. Makes a bit more sense than the first read through. His burst will deal multiple instances of dentro damage to the opponents in quick succession. If chisel light mirrors are present, they will all be consumed to increase the number of damage instances. After this ability is unleashed, new chisel light mirrors will be created based on the number of said mirrors consumed. Alright, so if I activate this now... Yeah, he's doing some damage, okay. And so, I think that's the light mirror. When I activate it, I think it's right beside me. I'll check that. Hold on.
Here you are.
Yeah, there it is. There's two right there. And they get consumed when we do like all that gigantic damage combo and stuff. I do want to see though, how many can you get? That's a question. And I guess also, do they disappear over time? That's a good... Yeah, they do. Okay. Okay. But can I still do... Nope. Actually, let's just finish this wave off and then...
Oz, reveal thyself.
And then we'll, like, for the next one, or the boss, we'll, like, you know, start actually using them.
A process of elimination.
And then they immediately step outside the field. Got it. That was so dumb. The second I activated it, they literally just walk straight outside of the ultimate and then just stand there. That was just rude. Clarand enters the Night Vigil state after using your elemental skill, and this Okay, by the way, I don't know if it's supposed. Is it an error? I think it's an error, but it's funny to look at. It says elemental skill and then has colon, so it looks like the rest of this is talking about what the elemental skill is. Like, you know, this is the name of the entire skill right here. Which, I mean, are they actually? Actually, what I think happened is I think they forgot the skill name, or something happened, so it got deleted, and that's why it does the colons there, because right here it's capitalized. So I think it was supposed to say elemental skill, said the name of the skill, and then say in this state. I mean, that's funny. That's a very, very weird thing to happen. I wonder what happened there. In this state, her normal attacks become electro damage, dealing pistolet, never heard of that, shots, which grant her a bond of life, and her elemental skill becomes an electro lunge strike, whose AoE and damage increases and heals her once her bond of light reaches certain thresholds. Elemental burst grants her a bond of life and deals AoE electro damage. Yeah, elemental orbs. Okay. So essentially, skill, activate, bond of life, half go. Half go. I mean, it's very self-explanatory. Which, okay, I guess we got a new enemy. Alright. So like I said, we'll do this again. I will say, she does some pretty good damage. And she's kind of fun, because you can just watch a bunch of bullets flying everywhere.
When evil lurks, shoot on sight.
Oh, darn it. Of course we lost the skill. So we have to wait. We have to wait to get rid of all the bond of life.
Into the shadows.
Oh, okay. That did a lot.
Ready. Hunt them down.
Alright, let's try this again. Oh my goodness. That is it. Actually, I think this time what we're gonna do, I almost wonder if we activate all
Time to
first,
testify.
get the bond of
Into the
life and then
shadows.
activate it. There we go. Oh, yeah, I will say Clarian's kit is definitely something else. Nice damage too. And it's also interesting how Genshin is now starting to release characters with the bond of life ability as like their main choice of damage dealing. Because you know before I think it was literally only Arlecchino Arlecchino that had it, i.e. the Knave or whatever you want to call him. How do we? Okay, I thought there was a teleport point there, but I guess not. Whatever, I guess. Happens, I guess. So what? Oh yeah, because this is a weird... I don't know exactly what this mission is, but I guess we're going to find out. Why did someone put up a structure here? It looks kind of like it's holding for meetings. There's even Middleth and some... okay, whatever. Montaine's Mission Garden and Shogun Samurai. Basically, a lot of really big guards from all around the world are here. I.e., you know, the Mondstadt Knights of Fambonius, the Leeway, whatever the Leeway guards are called, Sumer's guards, Fontaine guards, which is weird why there's a bunch of them all here. The chiseled face as though a classical sculpture come to life, in an unrivaled aura that surpasses common folk. You must be the Commander Traveler of whom the rumors speak now. And like I said, I've kind of mentioned it before. I don't like saying my name when it comes to like the text boxes. It feels weird. I don't know what it is. For me, I guess it just feels weird to say my own name while in game. I don't know. Your reputation precedes you. I was just thinking of entrusting the Adventurers Guild with sending you a letter, extending an invitation to you to join our meeting, but somehow you seem to have foreseen this. Yeah, sure. That's it. I definitely know what's going on. You're being so formal. It feels like you're treating the traveler like some kind of super professional warrior. Oh, but you have been far more than mere warriors. You have crossed blades with countless monsters and formidable foes during your journey across 5 nations, and your exploits have been painstakingly recorded and repeatedly analyzed by the armed forces of each nation. I'm glad that when it comes to stuff like this, we're literally being studied as a way of, like, combat and how to fight and stuff. So that's cool. I guess we're the example. Whether the Knights of Favonius, Millilith, Shogunate Samurai, Corpse of 30, or Mason Guardianage, each and every one of the armed services have given nothing but the very highest of marks to your combat abilities and stratagems. The Traveler has a capability to lead from the front or command from the rear. If possible, active cooperation must be enlisted with her. Therefore, I, Staff Officer Suding of the Millilith, hereby formally invite you to participate in the war game of 5 armies and assume the post of senior consultant therein. What say you to this proposal? The remuneration packet for senior consultants is quite considerable, and their total daily compensation for the duration of the event will be on par with that of a Millilith sergeant. That's a Millilith for you, straight to the point. A sergeant is a sergeant's sergeant's pay, huh? Now that sounds tempting. But we still don't know what the deal is. Yeah, true. Do not be concerned about that. I shall now present a detailed introduction of the event for your benefit. As you have seen, large numbers of monsters still roam the wilderness of Teyvat, and they cannot be eradicated in any sort of short time frame. In order to effectively deal with the monster threat, the armed services of neighboring nations are compiling. Oh my gosh! Apparently, I just can't speak today. That's awesome. Compiling intel regarding commonly encountered monsters, seeking to analyze the threat they pose and share knowledge amongst ourselves. To this end, the Millilith... Sorry. Oh gosh. Yeah, that felt wonderful again. The Millilith General Staff has created tabletop game pieces based on all kinds of monsters in order to simulate hostile confrontations, and from this, analyze our combat capabilities to the best of our ability. For this iteration of the wargame, we've invited members serving in various combat units to utilize their own radically different mindsets and perspectives to control the game pieces, finding the optimal method to suppress the monster threat. And as you are not a part of any of the armies and are a rare tactical genius, you can provide an especially valuable analytical angle, greatly increasing the scope and efficiency of our wargame. Paimon thinks she gets it. So you guys are having a meeting to discuss the most convenient and safest way to deal with monsters? Now you're talking Paimon's language. After all, we've got first-hand experience dealing with dangerous baddies from all over, and we've also played lots of chess-like board games before. If we can help a bunch of countries keep the peace by playing games like this, like we did before, and also get a pile of more while we're at it, does that count as a whole flock of birds with one stone? Casually gain some more, save the day. It looks like this time I might want to take things a bit more seriously. Yeah, casually gain some more, I guess save the day, or whatever. Either one's pretty bad. Precisely the enthusiasm, the ability to calmly rise to any challenge, displaying your awesome skills in solving crises as easily and naturally as breathing. The board is ready, and we can begin the simulation anytime. Let us witness the unique strategic prowess possessed only by a genius commander such as yourself. Oh, that ain't good. Oh gosh, flashbang. Ow. Defense scenario, assault scenarios. We'll start with assault scenarios, I guess. Oh my gosh. Okay, so right now we have, what, 5 unlocked? Yeah, it looks like 5 unlocked, so... I'm gonna take a guess it's 5 unlocked on the other side too, right? 3, 4, 5... Yeah, 5. Okay. Alright, let's do the assault scenarios first, and I guess see how that does. Okay. Yeah, we are here.
Wanna come over for tea?
Okay, and before I forget, I mean, this will probably come back with the Archon quest, but... Oh, it... Wait, what? Okay. I don't know how this unlocked. That's very weird. Maybe it's because the Archon quest was already unlocked, so it unlocked the island for me? Because I know on mine, this is like a huge, gigantic blank space, but I believe, I'm going to take a guess this is where the next Archon quest is, because this wasn't here before. At least that's what I'm going to assume, because there's like no other regions. So unless it's just somewhere random in Fontaine, I would assume it's there. Just wanted to point that out before we start getting into it. Nope. I want to start the games. After selecting a combat unit, it can be deployed within your base's staging area. When you're selecting combat units, you can jump to cancel your selection. After the combat units have been deployed, they'll automatically engage the enemy. Leadership skill usages will be replenished over time and may have up to 2 uses at once. Tap to use the skill immediately or hold to aim the skill. While aiming, sprint or jump to cancel using. Different types of combat units suppress other types of units. AoE damage units have a significant advantage against squad units. At the same time, melee units suppress ranged units suppress flying units, and flying units suppress melee units. Melee units are more resilient in battle and able to absorb more damage and protect other units to an extent. Okay, that's kind of what I figured, but alright. Okay, so they're a bunch of squad, I'm assuming? Yeah, team. So we're going to want AoE. Which I guess doesn't matter because you can just apply to every single one in here. And then do the only leadership skill we have. Cool. Yeah, well, whatever, I guess. Didn't want to, choose my units anyways. I guess I'll just do this. Whatever. During assault scenarios, your goal is to use combat units to destroy the opposing base. In a short period of time after a stronghold mechanism is destroyed, it will be reset as the opposing side's stronghold mechanism. Units can be deployed near your own stronghold mechanisms. Okay, so what, Oh, so I have to actually, deploy them in here, and they have to go forward. Interesting. I'm gonna...
Let's end this now!
Suck these up right there. There we go.
We'll meet again.
Alright, go at him. Have fun. I know you guys can do it. Oh, and we actually claimed it this time. Okay, that's cool. So before it was there, but now we own it. And now I can obviously, place my stuff over here. Go get him. Stop charging up, just attack. Please attack, for the love of everything. It's taking way too long. Nice. That was it? Alright, well that makes sense why it's somewhat short and simple. Alright, next one. Okay, so these are... They're single target. So like it said, it wants more of the grouped enemies. I don't think having at least, 1 or 2 melee units just for, obviously just for tanky sake is a bad thing. And then, we have some range, I believe. And some flying. I think we'll take another, no. We'll take another, shooter. And then, what's skills? Wild Winds converges strong opponents for a certain radius for 6 seconds. Unleashes flames that deal pyro damage to opponents and lowers their defenses. I don't think we're going to use that one since obviously they're all single enemies. And I think that's kind of the whole point, is you're supposed to use the ones it unlocks just to give it to you. When there are only units from a single faction nearby, the stronghold flag will be captured by the faction after a certain period. The faction controlling the flag gains deployable units 25% faster. When you control the flag, you can deploy units nearby. Alright, so let's claim that really fast. Yeah, new unit, yes, I know. I say we need to make sure we claim that because that'll be very important.
My blade!
And then obviously they don't get it either, so that's always a good thing.
To the ferry.
Oh, and we got this, so now we can continue to play stuff.
Like,
Going somewhere?
Oh yeah, single target my butt. Used to overload on my poor pyro slimes and it just explodes them.
The perfect distance. Finally,
Oh, yikes. Yeah, they had no hope. Yeah, they were destroyed right from the start. That is unfortunate. Alright, time to claim all these again. Alright, next one. Okay, so these are a lot more... Wait, what is this? Siege. A siege unit, a melee unit with strong staying power that will only attack stronghold mechanisms and not attack any other combat. Gotcha. Okay. So it's like, you know what? I just realized this is Clash Royale. Okay, that's fine. Gosh, okay, that's fine. I think it's kind of funny though. I like how they, you know, try to spice it up with some of the events that they do. It's really a cool thing to see. Obviously, you know, we'll do the ones that it recommends, because why not, I guess. Past that, though, what is this? AoE. So we're gonna want single targets, like it recommended, okay. Can this attack ranged? It can attack. Ranged cannot target flying. So you're useless as a ranged unit, is what I'm hearing. That's literally all I saw out of that, is that you can't attack ranged units, you're useless. Thanks, I guess. Cannot target flying, but deploy freely. Wait, what? Deploy directly to enemy ranks. Wait, what? So you can just drop it on their endpoint and just do damage? I mean, I'll take that. And actually, that's something we'll have to watch as well, because they can do the same thing to us. So that'd be smart to make sure of. I think, what am I gonna... I'm gonna have something to at least drop on it. I just want to make sure we're safe. They do have some flying units, like I said, so we're gonna take... I think we'll take, actually, the Cryo Helitrol Shooter. Just in case the flying enemies give us a little bit of trouble. Attack your opponents with billowing waves, dealing AoE hydro damage, causing nearby allied units to recover health. Okay. Like I said, you know, if it's gonna give me it that round, I'm probably gonna need it that round, so. Oh, okay. So we actually start with a unit over here. I am gonna drop this right there, though. And then, I do not appreciate that, though. We definitely need to start hitting those. Alright, can they... I hope they can take that out. That'd be kind of nice. Because I would love to have both of these. Oh boy. That, however, is not a good sign. Yeah, this might not be good. Oh, never mind. Oh, and like, I guess we claimed it because we defeated it, not because we had enemies around it. Alright, come on, defeat him already. Thank you. And then drop him right here and let him go.
fall before me. This will do.
I mean, I would try to heal him, but honestly, there isn't much I can do here. Oh wait, there you go. Drop it right on top of it. Nice. Yeah, these are, you know what? I'm not gonna say it. I'll wait until we're done with all the assault ones before I decide to say anything. Once again, do the ones it recommends. What is... So this time they're starting to spice up what they do. Apply Hydra to units passing through. Use this at advantage in your coming battle. Got you. Okay. So... I want to make sure No, none of these can actually be placed anywhere. They don't have a lot of team ones, so I don't need to worry about that too much. They have a lot of AoE and single targets, and when you're looking at this, AoE and single target, your best bet would actually be to go single target because it destroys AoE and it also kind of counteracts itself. So I think one of these would be okay. If they're gonna have, actually, if they're gonna have Hydro, I would love to have the Electro, what is it, Kairagi? Kairagi Dancing Thunder. And then, do they have flying units? Any flying units? No, actually, they do have, oh no, actually they have a few ranged. Obviously, you know, one of them can't target flying, but 3 flying, that's not a good idea or recommended to do that. That's why they have ice. That would make sense because they're doing it because of the middle. And you know what? I'll do that too. I'll do the Aramite Sunfrost, and I'll add that as the another ice dealer because of that river, like he was talking about. And then I think it'd be good to get them in and like have the sweeping whirlwind and suck them all into the water, if need be, anyways. Okay, let's see what happens. Definitely try to capture this first. That is an absolute must. And then drop that there, that's for sure. Yep, they. Oh no, R's gonna be first. Let's. Yep, there you go. Get them all sucked in.
The wrong test subject.
And they haven't even claimed this yet, which is a very poor decision. Oh, what the heck? Yo, guys, what in the world? Hey, get him. They just, like, let it go through.
This will fail you.
Yeah, I got him. No, I want to claim this. Oh, nice. It immediately froze him, though, so it's all good. I'm trying to claim this, but they keep attacking every... I'm sorry, what the heck? They just, like, immediately made it disappear. Alright, Kevin. That's not good. There, look at that. That's good. Oh, well. Now they might be in trouble.
This will do.
Because now that we've got past that front line, we're basically set. And nope, nothing else is coming, so. Yeah, there it is. Awesome, love to see it. Alright, claim all these. Alright, one more for this this week, because next week we'll probably have to go through and do all the do the rest of them when they come out. I'm just gonna click on all these just to kind of get all the red markers off them. Let's see. They have a few ranged units. What do we have? Ranged. And then this is a siege unit, which they do have a few of the group that could take this out, but it's not as bad as I was expecting, so that should be alright. Actually, there's a lot of flying. Yeah, there's a lot of flying here. I think our really good bet is to make sure we have a decent amount of range. Nope. Bubbler Seahorse would be bad, actually. We'll allow that. And then we definitely need a single target. Which, honestly, this one doesn't have to be ranged, I don't think. I think we can do whatever we want here. Because we have a few ranged and a few flying, so we should be alright. What is in the middle? So they have a Hydro Point and a oh gosh, what is that helmet called? Animo Point. And then a Cryo Point. Actually, wait. Oh yeah, it's a Hydro Point. I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna try to see if I can drop the Hydro Mimic Finch on this water thing, because it literally can't do damage to it. Alright, so I'm gonna do that then. Cool. And then I actually like this Momentous Wave, so we're gonna do that one. Because it'll not only help... Actually, no. We'll do the Blazing Breakthrough, actually, which does the Fireball and lowers the defense. So it's more offensive than anything else. So I'm gonna go over here, and I'm actually gonna drop this. Just straight on top of it. Because it can't do any damage to it, and that'll just start doing passive damage for us. And then I'm gonna drop this one over here. And I'm gonna let them have fun, I guess. Can I just do this? Yep, blast them. Yeah, because they just lost that point already. That is awesome. And then actually now we can spawn stuff right here, which will...
Going somewhere?
We might lose the Rune Guard, unfortunately. I mean, maybe not. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Oh, no, there it is. But, I mean, we're already here, so I'm not too concerned about it. We'll definitely drop the drinker.
Going somewhere?
But yeah, no, they're not. Nice. Awesome. Alright, now we're going to do defense. Defense is going to be something else. I don't know what this is. Alright. This is interesting. Oh, so it literally tells you who comes from where. And so we can't change our lineup, right? No. Wait, does it really not allow us to change our lineup? Interesting. So we basically just have to know the waves and know what's coming from where. So you're gonna have these, I don't know how to say that. The season, I don't know, whatever. So you have the flying things from the left, and then the slimes and the stuff in the middle. Big guys down the middle. Once again, the small flying ones from the left. Small firing ones from the left. So the center is going to be a lot more of your heavy units, and the left flank is going to be a lot more of the flying units. So basically just kind of planning that accordingly. You know, obviously don't put slimes on this left flank because they can't attack the flying units. Stuff like that, essentially. We'll see how it does in combat, though. Defense scenarios consist of 3 rounds. In each round, enemies will attack from different directions. You must protect your own stronghold through the battle, taking as little damage as possible. After combat units are defeated, they will drop support beacons. Support beacons can be used to deploy allied combat units and frontline buildings. During defense scenarios, when deploying combat units, the defensive zones will be visible. Once an opponent enters this zone, the unit will lock onto and initiate combat against them. During defense scenarios, after your combat units are no longer engaged in battle, they will return to the position they were originally deployed to. When deploying, take care to choose appropriately. Okay. So where's the left flank? Over here. Let's drop... I think dropping this here would be a good idea. Let's say drop. Definitely doing this because they can't attack flying ones. And... I mean... I'm gonna save this for now. Well, I said save, not use, but... Alright, well, I guess we're using them. Yeah, that's not what I meant to do, but that's alright. Support me. Oh, and it basically gives me a unit. Okay. I might actually place this... Wait, how did they do damage? I don't know how they got hit, but that's not a good sign. But the axe hilly troll can't actually do anything against the fire because they're using fire. That is too funny. That's so unfortunate, but whatever. I'm trying to win this round, not lose. I think we'll just face the enemy now. There's not much preparation I'm gonna need to do for this one. Definitely let the slimes do their thing again, because we can't they can't actually do damage. This thing should be fine on its own. It defeated them last time. Actually, you know what? We'll go with it, actually. Grab the support we can last.
Let's end this now.
Yeah, let's put these down there, definitely.
We'll meet again.
Definitely put these over here.
We'll
Definitely.
meet again.
Then we can finally get some people in the fire unit. Can this attack? Hold on. Can this attack flying units? Combat units. It doesn't say it can attack flying units. So, I mean, I guess. We'll put it right here, so it can be right in the middle and help out. I say, guys, come on. Start doing some damage here. I need you. Definitely put it right over here. Yeah, guys, get flying units, I need you right now.
We'll meet.
Okay, how much am I supposed to... Over 75%. We had 86. Ooh. This one might be a bit more difficult. And there's no... I mean, yeah, typically there is a little bit of strategy, but not enough to be really constitute strategy, because I have to just use this lineup. Okay. So... The right flank looks... Nope, it immediately swapped. So, the right flank looks good for the first round and the last round. The second round, it looks like that'll be the heaviest. With the center being somewhat heavier in the first one. And the center obviously having this Ruin Guard, which we can place as many enemies as we want onto the Ruin Guard because it can't actually attack them. So, as long as we keep that in mind, I think we'll be good. Alright, let's see, because this is a trap. Okay, hold on, I'm gonna check this. I believe it's a trap. Oh, it's the enemy units, not my units. Or no, I guess it is my units. It just shows some of the enemies as well. Anti-personnel. Explode. Yeah, okay, so it is a trap. When its type of mechanisms explode, imprisoning one of the opponent's hit. Stronghold mechanism Hydro, yeah, that's just a Hydro cannon. So right flank, definitely do this one. Yes, and then coming down center, definitely do this one with the trap. I don't know why you can't place it farther, but all right. I don't think these can actually attack flying units either, so we'll do that too. And I think we'll also put that there too, because this is also concerned about.
The perfect distance.
Granted, I probably should have placed it a bit farther back, but that's fine.
Feel my blade.
That worked. Let's check. Actually, I'll just grab the support beacons for now, and I guess decide what to do with them later. Why are you going so far back? Get back here. Okay, so... Definitely put another one of you over here. I think the shackling trap wouldn't be too bad. No. Actually, let's save this for the Ruin Guard. This can go over here, though. Yes. I think so. I think I'm going to put this over here. Because it definitely is going to need some kind of support. And then we'll deploy the trap if need be. The trap. Gosh dang it, I didn't mean to. Oh, whatever. We have just got another support beacon, so that's good. And how do you stop it? Oh, you have to jump. It says you can sprint, but I don't think you can actually sprint. Got you. They're actually kind of getting destroyed right now. And then we'll do this so you can explode. Nice.
Feel my blade. Going somewhere?
Guys. Oh gosh, guys. Oh, we have this. I forgot we had the whole like leadership skills that I could have been using the whole time. That's my bad. How many enemies? Does it say how many enemies it's gonna be? I don't know. It doesn't say anything. And opposing units need left 8. Okay, there we go. Definitely. At least those two for now. I'm gonna place. Actually, wait. It can't attack these either. So I'm gonna do this too. Grab these. Definitely place these right here. Oh my goodness, hold on. When he gets closer, I'm gonna place these two and I'm gonna trap him.
The perfect distance.
Oh, I forgot it only does one enemy. My bad. Let's place leadership. 91. Not bad. As long as we stay over 75, we're all good. Okay, forced concentration. Next one. Alright, what's it this time? Okay. So we have slimes coming from the left along with the Karagi Dancing Thunder. On the right side you have Nobushi, Kikoban, and Cairo Spectre coming from the right. So you're gonna definitely need some units that can shoot flying people on the right. First round, second round, and actually third round. You're gonna need it on the right. Left flank only for the third round. It seems very, very basic. It looks like it's almost like a repeated pattern, so I think we should be good. Obviously, you know, we're going to be careful no matter what, even if we think it's going to be easy, but it's just, I don't think it should be too crazy difficult. Definitely put those there. Can you attack flying units? I don't know. Is this ranged? Okay, so yeah, you can attack flying units. I'm going to put you over here. But this can also attack flying units with the whatever this is. What is this called? What is his name? The Nobushi Kikoban. So we're not going to place our flying units. We're actually going to place our ground group units behind, alongside the flying units on the left side, because they can't actually hit them.
The perfect distance.
Oh, that immediately just like about destroyed one of the Hill Turtles. Oh, support beacon. Thanks. And then yeah, that was definitely. Oh dear gosh, it about destroyed it. I'm definitely gonna put this right here, just for safety's sake. And then place some more flying units over here because that's the best.
This will do! Cut down!
Okay. For now, definitely put another one of these Public Specters over here, alongside the. Actually, these Electro Slimes are really good because the shooter shoots out Electro Bullets, and obviously, being Electro Slimes, they're not going to take damage against it. So that's good. Actually, I think it's probably the same thing with the Seahorse, right? Would it be? I'm not too. This little slime is absolutely amazing, and I love him. He just charged straight in and did not care at all. I'm definitely gonna shoot this Spectre,
perfect
actually,
distance.
so good night. I didn't think about the fact that it's pyro damage and it's immune. That is entirely my bad. I know you're not immune to it though, so I can do that all I want. And then, guys. Okay, fine, you know. Were they not gonna attack? Thank you. They genuinely, like, just ignored it. Okay. That was kind of aggravating, but sure, whatever, it's fine now. Okay, actually, hold on. I'm gonna pull this open. I think it paused. Yeah, it pauses. Both lanes have flying units. However, this already has flying units covered, so I think I'm actually gonna place you over here. And I might place the Hiliturals over here. I believe that's the play right now. I really want to use this fire thing and just knock it out already. I'm highly thinking it. You know what? I'm gonna do this and watch this. There we go. Did a bunch of damage to all of them at once. That's good. I like that. Come on, get rid of it. There you go. Blazing Miter Turtle. I think we'll place.
Fall before me!
Oh, nice, it froze it. Oh, and that is not good.
Fall before me!
Actually, I want to place that there just because.
Cut down.
It also serves as a tanker. So hopefully they'll either. Yeah, they'll stop attacking the tower. That's good. Nice. And over. It was 100% too. That's lovely. Alright, next one. Okay, let's see. Flying units from the left. That's pretty self-explanatory. We're going to be using something to counter that. Along with AoE melee and another single target melee. So, you know, something that can take care of that. Honestly, I might use the Spectres for that because they both... Yeah, they both can't target flying. So, yeah, we'll definitely put some flying ones right down the center. The second wave is only down the center? Which I'm also going to use my flying units again for that because they can't hit them, so... Okay. And then last round is just the left flank. That is so weird. We're going to need ranged units for that or flying units, which we're probably going to use ranged because of the first round. Ranged units along with... Definitely some... Basically just start spawning a bunch of enemies in so we can try to defeat the Rune Guard is what's going to happen. So, this one is a ranged shooter, right? Yeah, so you're ranged. I'm going to put you over here. Put this right here. This also right here. And then I'm going to place this as kind of like a little backup and also a distraction so they don't immediately go for the tower. Though honestly, I might just bomb it. I'm just gonna bomb it. That didn't do anything.
Let's end this now! We'll meet
I don't need it.
again.
It'll defeat it though, so I'm not. We'll just wait and let it happen. Unfortunately, we'll lose a tower, but at least I'm confident. Oh no! The tower actually didn't go down. That's awesome. And those are done. Yep. I think we'll do this, because this is just a melee unit, right? Yeah, it can't target flying anyways, so it's only good for the center. Because the left flank is going to have a bunch of flying in it, so... Alright, come on, a bit faster. You can run. Oh my gosh. That does some nice damage. I'm gonna just throw this here. I believe in this thing.
Let's end this
Come on, you got
now!
it, little buddy. Oh, hold on. Try again. Nice, I believe in you. You got it. Come on, one more attack. You got it.
We'll meet again.
It actually got one. I gotta admit, that thing went in. I might spawn this one.
We'll meet again.
Yeah, I'm gonna spawn it. Oh my gosh, that poor thing just blew up. And then Pyrospectre's over here. This one should be relatively easy. I don't think it's gonna be too hard. Because once you take down that Rune Guard and get it finished, I don't think it's too big of an issue. Yeah, that's the issue. It's not. It needs to go down, guys. Guys. Focus on the Rune Guard, please. This is. Thank you. There we go. Oh, they're actually so far over that they're bringing the other one into battle. Oh, and it just destroyed him. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Well. above 90% again. I am so sorry. Okay, hold on. Arachne. I believe it's Arachne. I'm so sorry. I definitely, I missed your message. I probably haven't said it enough, but I moved from, my previous streaming service over to a different one, and now my, my chat is on a different screen, so if you are still in chat, I apologize. I did not see your message, and I completely missed it, and I honestly haven't thought to check it. That is entirely my bad. We were just burning through this so fast. I was just trying to get it done so we could go to the next Archon mission. So I apologize for that. And by the way, for those who are curious, they said aggravate my my stuff, which, I mean, the aggravate reaction is crazy. Anything that has to do with Dentro is insane. I will just say that. Like, because I use, I actually have Nahida on my personal account, and Nahida's insane, and, like, my Nahida's level 60, and all the other enemies are level 80, which, it is weird how Nahida still does a lot of damage at level 60, compared to 80 enemies, but, I digress. Let's see, so we have melee again, so we do actually have a range unit coming down, so I definitely would not put the floating, Anemo fungus there. But there's no flying. So we should get away with, like, some of these Eremite Sunfrost or the Eremite Desert Clearwater. So we'll definitely probably do something like that. That or the Suppression Specialist mech. I'll probably do that too, but that's center. Right flank is going to have a bunch of flying. So we definitely need to save some of the ranged, along with a Rune Guard. So definitely keep a shackling mine if possible. And I think at that point we just spam it and just do as many enemies as we could or can. And then it's a combination in the last wave, except the center has a suppression specialist mecha now. Okay. So it's pretty self-explanatory, honestly. So what? Center right here. We have... gonna use this one and the tower. I might keep the guard mecha to see what happens. And see if we actually need it. If we don't, I'm going to use it for the right path. Oh, this might not be good.
Let's end this now.
Oh, it stopped. Oh, nope, it was supposed to stop right before my thing and then immediately attacked me. Yeah, you can stop hitting my tower now. Lovely. Yeah, you know what? We might actually need this. I'm going to place this down. There is a ton of enemies. I'm going to shave the shackling trap, though. I'm not going to shave... I'm going to actually place this trap in this other tower as well. And the shackling. Yeah, they're insane right now. What in the world? Okay, so that one's just... is busted, I guess. Or no, this is a shackle, I forgot. Okay, that slightly somewhat concerned me, but alright. Definitely use... Gosh, I don't want to use this for over here, and I wish we had more enemies over here, but it's about the best we can... This poor little mushroom against this gigantic mech. But, of course, they were dumb and stepped into its radius, so it immediately went... That was a nice one. Support beacon, wait, where? You know what? I need this. I don't even care what it is.
Let's
I just
end
need
this
a
now.
And then another support beacon? Where? I just keep, like, getting support beacons, and I'm not too entirely sure where. Oh, there's another one. Oh, now you're done. Are you kidding me? It immediately just defeated me. I actually can't do anything right now. I can't do anything. Oh wait, support beacon, hold on. Oh great, lovely. That's great. I can't do anything. I mean, it really comes down to me not being able to do anything about this. Wait, is it shackled forever? Oh, there it is. I mean, there's nothing I can do. Yeah, this is kind of dumb. I think there is definitely a oversight on this. Yeah, we're gonna retry this because that's boring. All right, let's try this again. Hopefully, we have better summons, which I guess, kind of, sort of. I'll put this tower here. Actually, I want to put this tower right here in the middle so we can hit both. And hopefully that'll help next time. Alright, get him. Actually, also put the flying unit here too, so I can hit you too. Another... Since it's also the range, I'm also going to put it right here and let it do its thing.
We'll meet again.
Four big. Definitely put that there. Another tower, so put that there. Alright, now we should be good this time. If I don't keep getting... Okay. Put this on this side a lot more because of, because obviously the range units are in this lane. And then, yeah, I guess see what happens. Can we actually, hold on, can I heal the towers? It actually did look like it healed them, which is strange. And it's dead. Put the fungus right here. Well, that's better. Place once again, this one right here. My new strategy is to now place them in the exact same position, and they just should be fine. Alright, block all opponents. Let's do this. And do this. Crap. That's tough. Yeah, I'm literally just placing them all in the exact same area and it's working. So I'm not gonna complain, I'll just let it happen. Opponent units left 4. That's good. Oh, nice. I don't place this more towards this side, but... Yeah, these poor enemies can't even get a word in. Awesome. That's great. Cool. Let's claim all that. Alright. We need a banded challenge. I'm not banded in nothing. We just completed it. Completed like 5 rounds on each side. Alright, analysis progress. Sorry, I thought I heard something that was super confusing to me. Yeah. Okay, cool. So we basically have like completed everything in that event within like an hour, so that's great. Open this, claim this. Alright, and I think our next thing is to... This one? Focused experience mode. To avoid conflicts with other quests occupying locations or characters. I don't know if they just added this, but this is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Absolutely. Yes. Yes, I want to activate it. I do not want to get stopped in the middle of my stinking quest. Thank whoever made this. I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. That was so annoying to be in the middle of the Archon quest, and then all of a sudden it be like, yeah, sorry, this random side mission won't allow you to complete it because it's taking up the quest location. It's like, really? I'm in the middle of an Archon quest, and you're telling me to complete a side mission before now? Oh my gosh, that it always made me so upset, but I'm glad we finally got rid of that. That is amazing.
Perfect. It's you two. I have a commission here that has your names written all over it.
Oh, great.
In fact, I'd even go so far as to say you're the only ones for the job.
Oh, great.
The only ones for the job? Huh. If our help is really that important, it's probably some Archon class commission, right?
Never heard of that classification before, but sure, we're happy to take this on. Which Archon do you need us to deal with today? You know, I laugh, but that's so true. You're just walking around and I mean, what? Let's see. In Mondstadt, we've dealt with Venti's crisis. In Liyue, we dealt with Zhongli's crisis. In Inazuma, we basically battled the Shogun, which, granted, we didn't... No, wait, forgot. We battled the Shogun and basically won, so, yeah. Sumeru, we actually... Technically, we dealt with Nahida's crisis, but we didn't ever actually fight Nahida. If anything, we worked alongside her, which, surprisingly enough, is a very weird change of pace now that I realize it. And then Fontaine, we basically the same thing, but actually this time I guess it wasn't the Archon. We were somewhat working alongside her, somewhat not. But yeah, basically,
The
surprise,
Adventurers
surprise.
Guild doesn't employ that kind of classification system. In fact, this commission is also probably not nearly as intimidating as what you're expecting.
So
All
then
it
why
asks us to do is to find a missing person.
Ah, great. Who is it?
Huh? Then why did you say we were the only ones for the job?
Thank you. Good
I
question.
came across this commission while reviewing our backlog not too long ago. It seems simple, but our records indicate that over a dozen successive efforts to complete it have all ended in failure,
Oh.
despite attempts by several accomplished and renowned adventurers.
So what I'm hearing is
With the
we
reputation
always,
of the Adventurers Guild
Yeah, we
and
always
the
blast
performance
for
of
the
the Sumeru
impossible.
branch at stake, it's in our best interest to assign this commission to the adventurer with the highest completion rate over the past few years.
Well,
Yeah.
that's us for sure.
Flattery will get you everywhere with Paimon. Yeah. Real though. But I can't guarantee we'll be able to complete it either, which is also true.
All I'm asking is for you to give it your best shot.
Don't worry, we'll complete it. Just wait.
If it proves to be beyond your capabilities as well, I'll talk to the commissioner about canceling the commission.
I want to know
Okay,
who the
so who are we
commissioner
looking
is.
for? And what is it about this commission that's made it so hard to complete?
This commission was jointly issued by the residents of Vimara Village. They say one of their own villagers has gone missing.
Vimara?
But the problem is
Is that the new
they
island?
don't know the missing person's name. They can only provide information about his general appearance.
Wait, how do you not know? How do you not have the name? That doesn't make any sense. It's one of your own villagers. How would you not know that?
They're all from the
Thank
same
you.
village, but they don't even know his name?
Thank you. Paimon's saying exactly what I'm thinking.
If so many adventurers have failed to complete this commission, maybe this missing villager doesn't exist at all. Could it be some sort of a prank or something?
Unlikely. Several villagers came by to issue the commission, and judging by their appearance and tone of voice, they seemed incredibly sincere. It certainly didn't seem like a joke to them.
Yeah, but
Besides,
how do you...
putting up a commission requires a processing fee. There aren't many upsides to a prank that costs Mora to carry out.
See, that doesn't make sense to me. How you wouldn't know a person's name, but they care enough about them to know that they're missing. That's just weird to me.
In any case, it would probably be best to go to Vimara Village and ask around first. The Adventurers Guild does have some information on hand, but I would say anything you can learn directly from the villagers would be far more reliable. The best way to avoid misdirection is to go to the source.
All right
True.
then, let's go.
Very true.
Paimon's starting to get really curious about this whole thing.
I will say though, surprisingly enough, I haven't been spoiled completely about this whole quest. The only thing I know is that I've seen the meme where essentially, oh, it's Vimara Village. Duh, not this. What is this actually? Petrichor? Oh, whatever. I'm sure we'll get to there at some point. Oh, this is the we'll get back to that. That's the oh gosh, the Aranara quest, which I don't know if I want to complete that on stream. That's one of those that everyone's always complained about how long it is, so I don't think we're ever going to get to that one. Yeah, this whole mission though feels weird. Oh yeah, right. Going back to the
We
Archon
made
quest.
it to Vamara Village! Why don't we talk to some of the villagers to learn a little bit more about the missing guy?
The only thing I've heard about this whole
If this
mission
commission is
oh,
really as
okay,
challenging
come on,
as
Paimon.
Cather made it out to be, we're gonna need to carry out a very detailed investigation.
The only thing I've seen about this mission is that it's like one of those, man, I really wish we could find our sister, and then it's just, apparently, you know, obviously Dainsliff is a part of it because,
Hello.
hold on, where's it at? Dainsliff, you know. So it's one of those things where it's like, oh no, I wish you could find our sibling, and then it's just Dainsliff like dumping a whole dump truck full of information down upon us because, you know, of course he does. It seems like whenever Dainsliff is involved, we always get a huge, gigantic dump of lore. So I guess we'll see what happens.
2 clients, 3 clients.
Who knows? Maybe it'll bust open our whole
Hello
world for
there.
you.
You looking to buy something? I do business in this area.
And you seem
Oh,
sketchy
no,
right from
we're
the get-go.
adventurers. Catherine sent us to look into a commission here in Vamara Village.
They're like, yeah, I can sell you anything, you know?
Ah,
Like,
so
that's
you're
great.
here about that then. Ah, you're not the first, that's for sure. We've certainly made a lot of trouble for you all.
Well, yeah, when you
To
say
be
you're
honest,
missing
we
someone
aren't
and don't know
holding
the
out
name,
much
it doesn't
hope.
help.
Many adventurers have made their way out here, confident they'd be able to help us, only to leave soon after with nothing to show for their efforts.
Yeah, but we're
We've pretty
different,
much
so
had it
tell.
up to here in questions, and the area around the village has practically been overturned in search of clues. But no one has been able to make any headway.
Once
So,
again, start
this
talking.
person we're looking for, what's his name? Where did he live? Does he have any relatives?
I said, what can you tell us?
I don't know. I really have no clue. I couldn't tell you.
That
Okay, guess you are really sick of answering questions.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sound short with you. I was actually just giving you my answer to your questions.
see, this bothers me. There's something so weird about having someone in your village, like especially in a small village like this, not huge, and not being able to give any information about them, but know that they're missing. That's just something that's not doesn't seem
I know
right.
it may seem like we don't have anything to offer by way of information, but I promise you, we all have a very strong impression of him. When you live in the same village as someone, you develop a lot of memories together, you know?
Yeah.
We just
so how
don't know the specifics. Maybe we did at one point, but that information is long gone by now.
That doesn't seem right. That'd be like saying like, oh, I live with my family, with my siblings for 20 years of my life, and then when someone says, hey, what's your oh gosh, what, maybe brother's name, and you look at them, you're like, oh, I don't know, I just lived with them for 20 years. Like, what? How do you live with like a sibling for 20 years and not know about? It's like the same concept. How is that possible?
At least that's what everyone in the village seems to
Something's
think.
already wrong.
We've
from the
all
get-go.
exchanged what we know,
Or from the
and
start,
that was
I
the
guess.
only logical conclusion.
All right, specifics aside then, what kind of person was he?
I don't know.
Young guy, in his early 20s probably. Incredibly kind sort of person, always willing to lend a helping hand. I'd chat with him when I didn't have any customers. I even saw him stick out his neck for others on more than one occasion. Very interesting guy,
And
that
they
one.
don't know his name.
Now that
That's
you've started talking
so
about
weird.
him, you don't seem nearly as down in the dumps as you did before. Seems like he left a pretty good impression on you.
But of course, everyone in the village is pretty fond of him. We wouldn't have issued that commission otherwise.
That is
There aren't
so
many young
strange.
people like him nowadays. So genuine and pure. To think that he just up and disappeared one day. I just hope nothing bad happened.
Yeah, to the point where I couldn't even
Could
ask
he
his
have just
name.
moved away without telling anyone?
No, he's not the type to leave without saying goodbye. And anyway, moving away without being seen by a single person in the village, there's no way he would have been able to manage that.
Huh. All right, thanks for the information. We're gonna go ask around some more.
That... Yeah, this is already setting off some things in my head. That should not be possible. I guess I'll just across the river. Meant to jump, but I guess apparently I'm not gonna jump. Oh, there you go. Get immediately sucked right in.
It's the guests I hear.
Hi,
Yeah,
Grandpa
yes.
Amadea. We're here to help you look for the guy that's gone missing.
Ah, so that's what brings you to these parts. Coming all this way for our sake. That's so very kind of you. With your help, I trust that young man's case is in good hands.
I mean, at this point, I'm more
Could you tell us a bit about
doing it
him?
for his case. 'Cause
Of
apparently
course.
nobody knows
I'm
anything about
happy
him.
to help any way I can.
The poor kid.
With my failing eyesight, I'm afraid I can't offer much about his appearance. But I do remember hearing the sound of his voice. Not recently, of course. That loss has left me feeling quite empty. I don't think his parents are still living in the village. But somehow he never seemed lonely. In fact, he was usually the one offering companionship to others. He would often take time to visit
This
the
is
elderly
strange.
or play with the orphans in the village.
And like, what does
And
it have to
whenever
do with
someone
us?
had something on their mind,
I really
he
wanna
was
know
there
what's
to
going on.
listen with open ears. He always knew just what to say. As the village chief, I owe him many thanks. Helping villagers navigate difficult moments in their lives should have been one of my responsibilities. But he was often the one rising to the occasion.
Wow. He seems like such a nice and gentle person. No wonder his disappearance affected you all so much.
I'm waiting to get to the one person who's like, yeah, he's the worst.
You wouldn't happen to
ever,
know any
Mickey.
details about his name, address, or family situation, right?
I'm ashamed to admit it, but I just can't remember. No matter how you look at it, I should know those things. But for some reason, no matter how hard I try to remember, the information just doesn't come.
So they don't even
Perhaps
know where
my
he
age
lived?
really has caught up with me this time.
See, that's weird. Like, how do you not
It's
know
okay.
where he
There's
lived
no need to
if you
force
knew he
yourself to
lived
try and
here?
remember. We'll figure something out.
Because like, if they didn't know where he lived in the village, then how do they know that he was living in the village?
Well, Traveler,
That
what do
doesn't
you
make
think?
sense to me. There's a lot of weird questions. Probably more to this case than meets the eye. A lot of things are not adding up. Jeez Louise, I could say 1,000 things, and every time I say it, Genshin's gonna say it. So
I
whatever,
think
I
so
guess.
too. Like the name
I almost
thing.
feel like I should just stop
It's
talking
so
and let
weird
the
that
game talk.
no one remembers his name. And nobody has been able to tell us anything about his family or where he lived. It's like this guy's been erased from reality or something.
I would say it's more like he's someone who only exists in people's memories, which, I mean, great, that'll open up another can of worms that I don't want to look into.
Wait, so you're saying it's not that he's been erased, necessarily, but more like he never existed to begin with?
Yeah, that'll be
Okay,
great.
Paimon's gonna need some time to process that one. Someone who only exists in people's memories?
Could it be like what happened with Greater Lord Rukadevata? Like some sort of mass
You
alteration
two
of
are the
people's
adventurers
memories?
who just arrived, right? You're here for the Vamara Village Commission?
Yeah, I don't
Yep,
know what else we
sure
could be here
are.
for.
We were just looking into the case.
Do you have any details, please?
I'm
Anything?
so glad to hear that. Thank goodness you haven't given up. I've been so worried the Adventurers Guild might cancel our commission.
If we don't get it, they will, but
My
we're not
name
gonna
is
tell you
Atosa,
that.
by the way. I grew up here in Vamara Village. Anyway, I just wanted to say, please keep searching for a missing villager. I'm begging you. You have to find him.
Yeah, we'll try our best.
Yeah, no need to worry. We'll give it our best shot. So, were you close to the missing villager? Are there any leads you can give us?
I'm not sure this counts as a lead, but follow me. There's a place I'd like to show you.
Okay, does it have anything to do with him? Because if it doesn't, then I really don't want to. I really only want information that I can... Wait, where's it at? I did not mean to click that. Alright, well... I guess now we're on fire. Alright. This better be worthwhile, or I swear upon everything. I'm gonna just... Oh, I forgot their actual items. That's my bad. I actually forgot about that. I thought they were like boars where you only have to hit them once. Get some raw meat out of it. That's kind of why I was doing it, because I needed it.
Is this the place? Under this tree?
Yep. I know it doesn't look like much, but this place is very meaningful to me. It's so full of memories. We used to always sit together under this tree and talk. Sometimes we would look up at the clouds in the sky, or stop to feel the wind against our skin. We could sit there for hours at a time, never realizing how long it had been. I was actually adopted by the people of Vamara Village. The forest rangers found me in the woods as a child. I was surrounded by such good people, and
That's
growing up in
awful.
the village was so lively. Still, there were times when I couldn't help but feel incredibly alone.
Alone?
How should I put it? When something's bothering you, or when you have good news to share, you always want to talk about it with somebody. But for the longest time, I didn't know who I could talk to, or if I should say anything at all.
Yeah,
Everyone has their own problems to deal
honestly,
with.
that's real.
Even if I might want to confide in others, I don't want to become a burden.
Yep, yeah, fair enough. I think I get what you mean. That's what family's for. No, yeah, I think I get what you mean.
Really? You know exactly how I feel?
I used to have someone like that, a family member that I could talk to no matter what, but now I have a lot of friends who understand me and would be happy to hear me out. Yeah, I'll have a lot of friends. A lot being the understatement of the year.
Aww.
Wow, that sounds really nice. You're quite lucky. When it comes to our missing villager, well, I guess you could say that to me. He felt like both a family member I could rely on and a friend who could really understand me. No matter what came my way, I knew I could always talk to him.
There's an R&R
He was so
just sitting there.
thoughtful and pure.
Whatever, I guess.
And patient, too. Whenever I talked to him, he would always seem so interested, as if the things I was describing were just as important to him as they were to me.
I mean, they
Ever since he
probably were.
disappeared, there's been so much I wanted to tell him. No, none of those things matters now. I just really want to see him again.
Wow. You two must have been really close.
That's so sweet.
Did he ever tell you anything about himself?
Nice, Paimon.
He mostly just talked about interesting things he saw around the village. He'd share a lot of his own wild ideas as well.
Well, what kind of wild ideas?
I did ask him about his parents once. But all he said was, they're not here anymore. I didn't know whether that meant they had left the village or passed away, and I didn't want to pry.
Still not much to go off of.
Alright.
Look at me.
Oh, hold on. I guess I'll let
Talking your
you go
ear
first.
off and still nothing to show for it. I'm sorry I wasn't more help.
Alright. I'm making the prediction now, because honestly, I could see it, and maybe this is how it relates back. I almost wonder if it's the, obviously in this case it would be the male traveler, but it's the sibling. It's either the sibling or Dainsleif. And that's why they can't remember, is because they used something about, like, you know, the abyss powers or something and made everyone forget. Those are my two theories. It's either Dainsleif or the male traveler. We'll see what happens. Don't say that. You've helped us understand him better.
The last time I talked this much in one go was when we were still together. Come to think of it, every time we talked, it always seemed to be around dusk, just like right now. Time always passed by really slowly. Even when it felt like we'd been talking for hours, the sun would still be at the same position in the sky.
Well, time always seems to pass slower when you're relaxed, right? What's wrong, Traveler?
It was always the same time of day, and time never seemed to pass. Uh-oh. Based on what we've learned, this is definitely not a regular missing persons case. What, oh gosh, I forgot how to say the name. Atasa? Something like that. just told us about time could be the key to unraveling this whole mystery. Oh, yeah, great.
Hey, look at those hilly trails over there. Doesn't it seem like they're acting a little strange?
Oh, boy. Oh, great.
The Abyss Order. Could they be the ones behind all of this?
Alright, let's go beat it up. That's its fault for getting close to me. Oh. Oh.
Uh-oh, we've been spotted! Quick, get ready to fight!
Yeah, that's a first.
Stand clear.
Fire it up! Here's backup!
Oh, I break already. Oh, come on. There we go. Now you're done.
Check this out!
No, my sword! See? Rod's over!
Not allowed to regain your shield. You said the Abyss Order monster, not the Abyss Order.
Let me weave you a verse. Rain out. Find your fate. Animal test 6308.
Don't get too close!
The dodge.
Higher, higher, hands on fire.
Like that.
Fire it up!
Stand clear. Swirl, mark 2.
Supporting fire!
There we go.
See? Time to go. Animal test 6308.
Don't get too close!
There we go. Nice and easy.
Thank you so much. I wasn't expecting monsters to show up.
I love how the shield breaks.
If you
in the
hadn't been
cutscene.
here, I'm not sure what I would have done.
It was no trouble.
The question we should be asking now is, what is the Abyss Order doing around here?
Now that I think about it, the hilly trolls around Vimara village have been a lot more active lately.
That's
They seem
never a good thing.
agitated and would often attack anything in sight. Chief Amadea doesn't allow the children to play in the area around the village anymore.
Gosh, it's that bad?
Maybe the Abyss Order really is involved.
But how would
Well,
they make
we
everyone
should head back
forget?
and check out the situation in Vimara village just in case. If the Abyss Order is plotting something that could spell trouble for the villagers.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense why they would kidnap a singular human and then wipe everyone's memory of
Wait a
them,
second.
but still leave enough
The
to remember.
person... It's Dainsleif!
Oh, look, surprise, surprise, Dainslef's here. Let's see how she reacts.
Ah, it's you two.
Oh, a friend of yours?
Guess not. Then it might be the male traveler. I
Well,
don't know.
I'll leave you all to it then. I should head back to the village and check up on Chief Amadea and the others anyway. See you later.
I mean, either way, I could also
See you
be
later,
wrong.
Atosa!
I could be wrong about the male traveler, and it could be just someone completely unrelated. And we just happened to stumble across Dainslef.
Why do you always have to pop up out of nowhere like that? Is it your life's mission to jump scare us or something?
You know what? I feel
It's
that,
hardly
Paimon.
personal, or intentional for that matter. As long as you and I are both in pursuit of the Abyss Order, we're bound to cross paths.
Ah, so you're here to investigate the Abyss Order then. That would explain the monsters you were fighting just now.
Yeah, really, Paimon. Really. Way to state the obvious.
Naturally. Hold on. Are you not here for the same purpose?
We're also on their tail, but I'll admit we ran into them on accident. Yeah, we're not like you.
No matter.
We're trying to enjoy
It
our
may have
life.
taken you a while to catch on, but I'm sure you've also realized by now that there's something strange about this place. The
only
Abyss
because
Order
of
is
the
most
missing person.
certainly planning something in this area. Or worse, Their plan could already be in motion.
So you think the Abyss Order is behind the hilly trail activity in the area?
As things stand, I highly doubt that is their primary motive. I would imagine the increased hilichurl activity is merely a byproduct of whatever it is they're really trying to accomplish.
Oh, great.
Still,
Wonder
the
what that
hilly trail
is.
activity is causing a lot of problems for the people here. We should stick around for a while and protect the village, don't you think?
The best way to protect them is by figuring out what the Abyss Order is truly planning. That is how we prevent further tragedy.
Really, you should have one person stay back in the village and then one person go and investigate, but I don't think Dainsleif will appreciate that one. Well, let's see what more we can learn from the villagers, and after that, you owe us many answers. I want the answers.
And you shall have them. I never intended to hide anything from you.
You sure about that?
Don't worry. There should be ample time to talk.
You sure haven't explained everything. Turn to Vimara village, gather until, based on what you learned, go question the villagers until dark, until eventually something. Whatever. I think you questioned the villagers until eventually it's dark.
Ah. So that was the commission that brought you here to Vimara village.
Yep.
Someone who seems to only exist in people's memories. That is indeed quite intriguing. I would agree that it's unlikely you have a simple missing persons case on your hands. However, any possible connection to the Abyss Order is still unclear.
Yeah,
It appears all we have by way of clues is increased hilichurl activity. And that is certainly not much to go off of.
Well then, how about the intel you promised me? Yeah, that would be nice.
Right! That mysterious voice she heard in her brother's memory. The one who called himself a sinner. Who is he?
Oh, is he finally going to explain, or no?
Traveler, let me ask you this. Do you believe your sibling to have betrayed you?
I will once again, and this has always been my belief from basically the start of this game, I really don't think, well, maybe not the start of this game, since we didn't really know about everything. I don't think the male traveler, or I guess the sibling, whatever you want to call them, is actually evil. I think they're fighting back against Celestia, which, yes, the Abyss Order are doing some pretty bad things, I'm not gonna lie, but I think at the end of the day, they're trying to take down Celestia, which Celestia is not very good, honestly. I think everyone in Tevat's gonna team up against her, or them, I guess.
I sense
don't know what
hesitation
Celestia
in your
is.
words. After all, you still haven't figured out the whole truth of what happened. There's still hope for the two of you to reconcile. Irreparable damage has not yet been done.
You know, even with all the
The
massive
sinner
amount
you
of
wish to
damage
know
and
about,
loss of life to
his
humans,
situation is
it
different.
still could fix it.
He and his fellow sinners have long betrayed me, and long betrayed their nation. His name is Vedrfolnir, the Visionary. I'm loath to admit it, but he is also my kin,
What?
my older brother.
Yo, family lore? What?
Brother?
What happened between the two of you, and what really happened in Conria back then? I'm gonna go with the Conria. I want to know.
There
what
were
that-
5 of them, the 5 sinners of Conria. The wise, Roptatir. The visionary, Vedrfolnir. Gold, Rhindaughter. The foul, Sertologi. And Rehir of Solnari, Rerir.
Have we heard the Rhine?
No
daughter
matter how
before?
eroded my memory may
I think
become,
we've heard of those names.
I will never forget their names. One day, I shall have my vengeance.
Wait, some of those names sound really familiar. Rhindaughter is the
Thank
one
you.
who created Albedo. Sertologi is Skirk's master. And the one we just learned about, Dane's brother, Vedrfolnir. If he was the voice of the sinner, then the one who inspired Clotar to create the Abyss Order was him.
Somehow everything is connected. If that's true, then the stone slates we found in that ruin in Fontaine, the ones that outlined Fontaine's prophecy, that was likely Vedrfolnir's doing as well.
They were once people of great esteem in Conria. Those who carried the hopes of the nation.
But why?
They were the best of their peers, outstanding in their respective
But
fields.
why would they betray their
6
nation?
of us, together. We should have been the ones to prevent the disaster. The ones to stop the Vinster King from continuing to
Finster
rock
King.
the
Hold on.
foundation of the world.
That's a new name, I think.
Deep within, the 5 of them craved something more. They could not resist the call of the abyss, and divided among themselves a power that could destroy the world. So they became sinners, but also transcendent beings, each in possession of world-shattering power. And when the cataclysm occurred, not one of them stood up in defense of their nation. Not one came forward to prevent the tragedy, and for that, they shall never have my forgiveness.
And then my sibling came in contact with your brother.
Indeed. If they are not stopped, the day is sure to come when they will also betray the entire world.
See, it's weird, because it's like, why would our sibling willingly go with them? I feel like there has to be something wrong there. Because, like, at the end of the day, I definitely feel like the sibling wants to destroy Celestia, which I think everyone should want to destroy Celestia, because Celestia is absolutely garbage. The heavenly principles are also just as bad, so I don't know. It feels weird, and there feels like many different sides to all these stories. It must be hard to talk about all this, but thank you for telling me.
Of course. As I said, I never intended to hide anything from you.
So, Dane, what have you been looking into all this time?
I've continued to investigate the questions surrounding the Loom of Fate. It's been quite some time since the initial operation was launched.
Yeah, that's for certain.
By retrieving the eye of the first field tiller, we were able to stop part of their plan from coming to fruition.
Oh, Paimon remembers! Weren't they going to use it to corrupt Osial and make a god or something?
Yeah, that's a first.
Indeed. However, it's obvious that was just some sort of technical experiment. The eye was integral to their plan, yet somehow, despite failing to obtain it, they've skipped the experimental phase and found some other way to keep moving forward.
Oh, lovely.
There are many signs pointing to that effect.
So they're still trying
Then
to create a god.
what should
That's
we do?
awesome.
It's not too late, is it?
Our most pressing concern is to determine the purpose of the Loom of Fate. From there, we'll be able to deduce the Abyss Order's true objective. Based
Nothing
on the
good, that's
intel
for
I've
certain.
gathered so far, I suspect the Loom of Fate is related to the ley lines in some way.
The ley lines?
Interesting.
Traveler.
Oh, how?
You were able to observe your siblings' memories last time, yes? I believe that was due to the fact that the ley lines in that area were unstable. My recent investigation has shown that Abyss Order activity in a particular area is usually followed by a series of issues with the ley lines.
And one of those things that flows through the ley lines are memories. Oh, so since they decided to mess around with the ley lines, or I guess maybe not the ley lines themselves, but the area itself, the ley lines ended up allowing us to look into our
Wait,
siblings'
Then
memories.
our commission here in Vimara Village. The person who seems to exist only in people's memories. Could it be connected?
Memories, ley lines, the Loom of Fate, the missing person that doesn't seem to exist. What's the connection between all this?
It's certainly possible. I'll join your investigation tomorrow. This missing persons case could very well turn out to be the key to unraveling these mysteries.
Well, glad we have Dane's lift, because gosh, that helps out a
Well,
lot.
if we're teaming up with Dane again, we're gonna need all the energy we can get. Let's try investigating somewhere a little further away tomorrow.
The next day. Nice and seamless transition right until tomorrow. Where did Dane sleep? Wait.
Oh, so tired. Paimon used way too much brain juice yesterday. It's all Dane's fault saying all that complicated stuff.
I didn't sleep well either. My head's a mess. Yeah. My
Well,
head's
let's
still
go
a
find
mess,
Dane.
and I didn't even
We've got
need
a
to
lot
sleep.
to do today.
Like, where does this dude go when we go to sleep? Does he just, like, disappear? I really wonder. Because he always seems to be, like, not, like, you know, sleeping around our area. He just appears elsewhere. Yeah, there he is. He's just standing there. Like, does this dude sleep? I really need to ask that question. I wonder if they ask it. I swear if they ask it.
Dane? Hello, Dane? Why are you just zoning out over here?
You
Did
gonna...
something happen?
What's wrong?
The missing person from your commission. Could you describe them to me?
Oh,
Nobody can.
young guy? Early 20s? Seriously, Dane, what's going on?
There appear to be certain memories in my mind that weren't there before.
What?
Memories of him.
Maybe we just talked too
What?
much about him yesterday and you had a weird dream or something?
So now he can see that person in his dreams as
It
well?
wasn't a dream. They're memories. Memories that suddenly appeared in my mind after I woke up.
That is
And
weird.
I'm certain I've never met this person before.
Well, what exactly do you remember?
I remember
Or did you remember?
handing him the eye of the first field tiller.
What?
What?
Please tell me he
Okay,
still has
so
it.
this missing person definitely has something to do with the Abyss Order then.
They're just telling him do it. Give
Indeed.
it to us.
And it appears he possesses the ability to implant memories into the minds of others.
How is that even... Yeah, no, really, how is that possible?
Wait
What the
then.
heck?
All the memories the villagers have of him, could they be fake too? Maybe they never knew him at all.
That makes a bit more sense, actually.
But why would he do something like that?
Whatever the Abyss Order is planning, an important truth has been revealed to us this morning.
What sort of truth?
That their goal is still to obtain the eye of the first field tiller. They haven't stopped searching for it.
Where did he put
I
it?
am the only person who knows its location. Perhaps implanting that particular memory was an attempt to interfere with my mind in some way.
Is the eye still safe? And what if that memory is real? That is... Honestly, I want to know if he checked
Your
it.
concerns are not entirely unfounded. I don't believe the Abyss Order is capable of altering reality like that just yet. However, considering their single-minded pursuit of the eye, I would say an equal level of caution is in order on our part. Come with me. We must check whether the eye is still in our possession.
Ooh, we finally get to see where it's at.
Oh, so you're going to take us to where you hid it?
Is it on the island? I swear upon everything. But what if someone follows us? If we go straight there and someone's on our tail, aren't we just exposing the eye's location? Maybe that's the reason the Abyss Order implanted the memory in the first place. To force Dane to confront the eye's location. Or confirm, sorry. But I think he knows that. Given what I know of him, though, I'm sure Dane has already thought of that possibility. It seemed like he might already have a plan. Yeah, I bet he's... That's what I was thinking, too. He already knows of that idea. He's just following along because, you know, if you walk into a trap, the people that are behind the trap have to show themselves eventually.
Of course.
Which makes it a lot easier for us instead of trying to blindly search for them. It'll just, you know, they'll appear to us. Oh, what the heck? That is not where I expected it to be at. Give me 2 seconds, hold on. Sorry, I was trying to get readjusted in the chair, and I knew it was going to be loud the second I started moving a little bit, so I tried to at least cut it down a little bit. Alright, well, I guess the only thing to do is... Gosh, I wonder what... It has to be in a domain, I think. I don't think it's going to be outside of a domain. It just feels super weird. Yeah. They attack so slow that I can just move by them and they can't attack. Oh, actually, hold on. I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna use this instead of trying to climb all the way up. Granted, we have to go back a little bit, but it'll make it faster in the long run. Can I pop this? I just want to pop it so I can use his air current. Can you really not? Okay, never mind, I guess not, because apparently I can't hit it. I don't know why the only people that can hit the flying enemies are the bow characters. You would think Catalyst users would be able to as well. I'm just gonna let Hu Tao slowly climb so we don't run out of stamina. Alright, where... It's first I'm gonna open this one, because might as well claim it on our way. Hold on, I'm moving some stuff around on the desk. I guess we'll see where we end up after the mission, but I might go over and claim that way, the teleport point on our way out. Oh. Oh, there we go, okay. Let it sit for a little bit. How far? Oh, we don't have very far to go. We're good. And I say that, and then immediately a gigantic hill. But I guess we have to go this way, so maybe it's not as far as we think. Unless it's on the top of the mountain. Nope, here it is. I see it.
So you hid it way out here? Not an easy place to discover, that's for sure.
Yeah,
Well,
there it is. So
let's
it's
go
a domain.
check to see if it's safe.
Traveler, wait.
Okay. Uh-oh.
We've no time to lose. Let's head inside.
What was Dane gonna tell me just now? It seems like that mental stuff is already affecting him. But I don't know what they're doing. He seemed affected by it for a few seconds and then... I don't know. Well, I guess not gonna hurt to check it. Place of Revelations. Dane brings you to where he hid the eye before. As you continue onward, the answers will soon be revealed. But when you step within, there seems to be something strange going on with Dane. Yeah, this will be interesting. It's never a good sign when the strongest person on your team, because I'm going to assume Dane is probably stronger than us, when he is not doing the best. Because if he turns on us because they force him to, we're just done. Okay, they definitely are, definitely went back all out with the domains. This looks amazing. Oh my goodness. I always love them making making domains for, only a specific quest. Because you know that they're, actually putting effort into the quest, because they don't have to make a domain you enter once. But they do it anyways. Oh, hello. Music change.
Rain outlines your fate.
Actually,
Rain cutter.
There we
Higher, higher, hands on fire.
There we go. That healed a bit too. I wonder if I could knock this one off the edge. Oh no, that is. Is that it? Yep. Oh no, it actually Yep. I don't know why it doesn't disappear. That's weird that it just falls. Because if I fell down there, I would disappear immediately. Alright, well I guess we actually have to defeat the enemy, so I'll wait until it respawns and then actually defeat it this time.
Absorption test.
Fire it up!
Kind of still annoying, but it's not going to take anything to defeat a small mushroom. I should have kept my mouth shut.
Here's backup!
Stand clear. Enhanced animal module.
I always seem to open my mouth just the wrong way.
Ha! Yeah, let me lead you.
Time to go.
There we go.
It appears the mechanisms here have changed over time. You can access the upper floor through the side door. Perhaps you should try reactivating the mechanism over there.
Dane, why does your domain that you're using to hide the eye change up in a way that not even you know? That should not happen. Like, if I make something, I should know exactly how it's going to change, or the fact that maybe it's supposed to change randomly, but I should know that it's going to change randomly. That's not a good sign.
With the wind.
Oh, the chest. Like that. Thank you. I love if you, like, jump over rubble if you walk on one side. That's cool. Oh, great. This will be great. I hope this is just holding the eye and not something I have to deal with. Nope, it's an enemy. Go figure. Alright, come on in already. I want to defeat you as fast as possible. I'm not gonna keep...
Check this out!
Oh.
Absorption test.
The attacks, that'd be great.
Fire it up!
Stand clear.
Rain outlines your fate.
I will say that I like the music.
This isn't good.
The music is really good for this episode.
Don't get too close!
No. Run. I always hate when it does that. It's like, I mean, gosh, I just used basically all my stamina. I'm trying to get away from it.
Supporting fire!
Animal test 6308. Swirl.
Witness the power.
Cross over.
Okay, well, I said that, then immediately it doesn't happen. So, up it. There we go. What is that? Oh, is it like showing me the pattern that I'm supposed to activate it in, or what? Sorry, there's something. There's always something, but something I was...
Make sure all the runes are pointing
Like
in the
attached to
direction
my
indicated
chairs.
by the light.
Weird.
That should unlock the mechanism.
All the runes are pointed. Oh, this is easy. Scratch that, it's not easy. Okay, hold on. I see you now. Actually, let's move this one over first. And then move this one over. Nice try, though. I saw through your plot.
The door's open. Let's go. Our destination is just up ahead.
Alright, where is it? Yeah, you say it's just up ahead, right? Surely. Oh no, I think it really is. It looks like the end. Yep, okay. Okay, first of all, this is amazing. Absolutely love this. Don't love the fact that I'm not seeing the eye, because that's not a good sign. Yeah, where's the eye? That's not a good thing.
Looks like we can't go any further.
Be on your guard. I sense the presence of the abyss.
Yeah, go figure, they followed us. Oh, you're...
It's the Abyss Order! They're here!
Ooh, you're the cryo one. You're new.
Check this out!
Yeah, you're
Absorption
new.
test.
How haven't seen this emissary yet. And you're going down somewhat faster than I was. Hold on. Open up the bag. We need to grab some food. Grab some food. Cook some food. Get everyone somewhat fed at least. We'll get an attack dish up in here. Why not? That sounds fun. Some fisherman's toast for defense, and that's where we're gonna go.
Don't get too close.
Animal test 6308.
Body and mind.
Honestly, I don't know if some of this attack patterns. This is going down relatively fast, which weirds me out, because I don't think my characters are that strong. Unless we are using pyro and against cryo, that's why. I don't know.
Fire it up. Here's backup.
Stand clear.
No, my sword. Let me weave you a verb.
Come on. Nope.
Fire, fire, hands on fire.
I thought there was going to be a second
Don't get too
attack.
close.
Absorption test. Enhanced animal module 75.
That is lovely. I will say, having the cow as my character really kind of helps out here. You can melt this shield pretty fast.
Check this out.
Melts metaphorically and literally because you're using the melt reaction. But besides,
Stand clear.
nope, don't run. Nope, actually run. I don't know what your attacks are, so let's not say we don't. Stay back.
Don't get too close.
Rain outlines your fate. Witness the power.
Alright, almost there. Nice. Love to see it.
Just as I suspected. The false memories were a trap. The Abyss Order just wanted to follow us here. Now that they're in the vicinity, we should have a chance to see...
That ain't good.
What's wrong?
Can you feel that? There's been a disturbance in the ley lines. It must be the work of the Abyss.
We might not be able to
Wow,
feel
you must
it.
be really sensitive to that sort of thing. Paimon doesn't feel it.
You too. Do as I say. Use that mechanism over there and leave this place.
Yeah, are you sure you're gonna be on your okay on your
The
own?
Abyss Order is putting something in motion. If you return to Vimara Village, I suspect you might finally have the opportunity to locate the missing villager. Just think of it as a way to divide and conquer.
I swear upon everything, if you disappear, I'm gonna get upset. Dane does have a point. But something still feels off. What am I missing? I'm worried he's gonna take the eye and give it to him. I'm almost wondering if the memory's tampered too much. Don't tell me. Don't tell me it's the sibling. Oh, that's not good.
I knew going along with your trap would be the only way to meet with you face to face.
Oh boy.
You risked your safety, and that of the Eye.
I'm sorry, what? The milk traveler talks?
That's quite the gamble, Dainsleif. But I believe that I am the one walking into a trap laid by the Twilight Sword.
Are you kidding?
So you came here all on your own? What about those followers of yours?
When the Twilight Sword is prepared for battle, any army I could send would only be marching to their doom. Better that I face you alone. I know you must have a lot to say.
I can't get over the fact that he's
But
talking.
if it's a
okay.
conversation you want, you'll have to defeat me first.
See, if it was eventually going to lead to a fight, though, why go through all the underhanded tactics of, like, inflicting, like, psychic pain on
The
Dainsleif?
ley lines are all out of whack. We better hurry back to Vimara Village and see what's going on.
Uh-oh.
Hey, look at those hilly trails over there.
They seem strangely calm?
Weren't they acting super agitated just a little while ago? Why are they so calm all of a sudden?
Wait, I hear something.
In the New World, they bade farewell to the shrouded sun.
What?
At last, they no longer needed to dwell on their suffering, or try to differentiate between various thoughts of blasphemy. Such was the price they paid, and thus their souls became cleansed and pure.
Did you hear that? What was that sound just now?
You heard it too? It was someone's voice.
It sounded so gentle. Could that voice be comforting the hilly trails in some way? Oh, this is weird. Let's check if this is happening anywhere else.
That is beyond weird. And you can tell that this is a pretty important mission considering we have a blocked out section that we can only explore. Yeah, they just... Obviously I'm not going to attack them if they're not going to attack me first. I have no reason to. I don't even want to try to find out if they'll attack me, but... That is strange.
Looks like the same thing is happening over here too.
What the heck?
The hilly trails are calm.
You see, we're both still here. We've reclaimed an endless amount of time to love. Release your tears. You no longer need to hold back your sorrow.
It's that voice again. What is going on? What did the Abyss Order just do? Oh, another camp.
Over there. It looks like they're sleeping.
In the end, he whispered softly, "Sleep well, Father. Sleep well, my beloved people. When you awake, that which differentiates us shall be no more."
It almost sounds like a poem or some kind of story. Well, now that the hilly trails have calmed down, Vimara Village should be safe at least. Let's put the situation to the side for now.
This is
Dan
giving us
said
more
this
questions.
might be our chance to find the missing villager, so we should head back to Vimara Village before it's too late.
Yeah, this is leaving me with more questions than answers, which is never a good thing.
Huh?
Because if we don't have the information we need, that it's kind of a bad thing. Especially in a situation like this where one wrong move could lead to the end of, my gosh, whatever. Oh, that was... Glad that water was just shallow enough to swim through, or not have to swim through, because if we would have had to swim, we definitely would have drowned in there. Whoops. Alright, well, let's... Gosh. I don't see anybody new, so I don't think anything's happened just yet.
Grandpa Medea, is everyone alright? The Abyss Order seems to be up to something nearby.
The Abyss Order? This is the first I'm hearing of it. Thank you for your concern, but as far as I'm aware, it's been business as usual here in the village.
Well, that's good to hear. Oh, also, you didn't happen to come across any clues about the missing villager while we were gone, did you?
Do they remember the missing villager?
Someone's gone missing, you say? Who would that be?
There it is.
Huh?
You don't remember, and now things just got even more complicated. Yep. As they always do.
You know, the young guy from Vimara Village. The one you've been looking for all this time. You posted a commission with the Sumeru Adventurers Guild. That's kind of the whole reason we're here, actually. Your missing persons commission.
Ah, I do apologize, you two. I hope I'm not worrying you too much. I'm sure it's just my age making me forgetful again. At least right now, I can't seem to recall whatever it is you're referring to. Perhaps you should try asking someone else.
But how is that? All right. Thanks for your help, Grandpa Amadia.
No, I don't think they're...
Something's
he forgot,
definitely
quote-unquote.
not right. We just talked to Grandpa Amadia about the missing villager. There's no way he could have forgotten all about him just like that. What do you think, Traveler? Could everyone's memories of the missing villager have been erased again?
It's too early to say. We should check in with the others first.
You're right. We should narrow down the possibilities first. Let's go ask someone else then.
Great. Now what's gonna happen? It's always annoying being the one person that isn't affected by anything that happens. So you know what something has gone wrong, and now we have to fix it because we know. I just like one situation where we aren't the person solving it. And we just, you know, live in the moment and let someone else save the day. But, you know, such is the life of a traveler, I guess. Or, you know, such is the life of the traveler.
Someone's gone missing? Who?
Yep, they forgot.
Just as expected. That guy you said a bunch of nice things about earlier? The one you always used to chat with. He's around 20 years old, and you said he was a kind, warm-hearted person?
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Oh?
Really? You remember?
There aren't many young people who've earned that kind of praise from me. If you're certain that's what I said, then there's only one person who fits the bill. No doubt about it. But why'd you say he's gone missing?
What's his name? Tell me his name. Who is he? Where'd he go?
I just saw him leave the village.
Come on.
There was someone else with him, too. They couldn't have gone far.
Oh, gosh dang it. Just tell me who. Making me upset.
Strange. Bayram seems to remember him. And apparently he just saw him? Do you think maybe it's not that there's something wrong with people's memories, but that we've somehow returned to a time before he went missing?
Oh, not this again. Not like with the, not with, like, Aether's memories where we went back and saw that whole thing in Sumeru a long time back. I doubt returning to the past would be that simple. It's probably the ley lines again. Given everything Dane mentioned about disturbances with the ley lines, I'd say it's far more likely that this is related to memories in some sort of way. Ah, great. We're doing it again. I need to think carefully what's really going on. Yep, I was wondering if this was going to pop up. Alright, what's really going on? People have forgotten about the missing person. We returned to a point before the disappearances took place. We're presently traversing someone's memories. It's someone's memories. Because I'm going to take a guess. You can't be the other two.
If this person only exists in people's memories, maybe we're in someone's memory right now.
Okay, well, I guess we'll interpret all of them. Okay. And then we'll submit
If we really did travel
traversing
back to a
someone's
time
memories.
before he disappeared, that could explain why the villagers said he hadn't gone missing.
Yeah, I don't think time travel is a thing just yet, so we're not going to do that one.
Just like what happened with Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, no one remembers him. Because there's been a change in people's memories.
I think it's traversing someone else's memories.
Right! Paimon totally forgot about the ley line disturbances. We're in someone else's memory.
Again.
Just like how you entered your sibling's memory last time.
Great.
That would also explain why we seem to be at a time before he went missing. It's a memory after all.
If we really are in someone's memory, then this is our chance to find him.
If he's someone who only exists in people's memories, then we're finally on the same turf. But didn't Bayron just say that he saw him leave the village with someone? Where should we go look for him?
The tree.
Who knows how long this ley line disturbance is gonna last? We might not have that much time, and we don't even know whose memory this is.
I say the tree that he normally went to with that girl
Good
to let
idea.
her talk.
That'll help us narrow things down. We pretty much figured out that the missing villager has the ability to...
Implant memories into the minds of others.
Right! That! Could we try to figure out more about him using what we know of his ability? Like, does it maybe leave a trace that would somehow give him away?
Implanting memories into the minds of others must be an imperfect process. There's no way the new memories could perfectly blend in with the old ones. There has to be some kind of tell. Scenes from false memories will not change. Time does not pass within false memories. False memories are easily forgotten. Okay, so let's go and interpret all these.
All the memories seem to be set in or near Vimara village. But I'm still not sure if they're restricted to this location.
So basically it's saying that it can't be that one. Because it almost sounds like she's unsure. So
If
this
time
is
is allowed
probably
to
not one.
pass within the false memories, there's a higher chance they might conflict with someone's original recollection. That would make it much harder to avoid suspicion.
So it's probably that time does not pass, which I kind of thought, but we'll click on the last one just to make sure.
There's a difference between memories that arise from lived experiences and those that are implanted into the mind. Perhaps it has something to do with time.
Yeah, and this last one literally just said perhaps it's something to do with time, so it's literally backing up the second one, so we'll submit that.
No wonder! All this time and the sky hasn't changed a bit! That must mean time isn't passing! That's the tell of the fake memories! The implanted memories are basically taking place outside of the regular 24 hours of the day. If the memories included the regular passage of time, it would be easy for people to tell that something was off. Like there could be overlap or something. People might start to wonder why they remember doing two different things at the same time of day.
Yeah.
That's why he makes sure
basically
the
what
memories
we were
take place
suggesting.
at a specific moment in time rather than over a period of time.
Which honestly I never would have thought of. That's actually very impressive that people thought about that. Even like just designing this, story, I would not have thought about that within dreams. About implanting like memories and like how they have to be at the same time. If we consider this in conjunction with what we already know, then the question of whose memory this is seems to have an obvious answer. Atosa, Atosa, I think. So click that.
The color of the sky coincides with the moment in time she described.
So it's Atosa. Literally, that's basically you just said that. So we'll go
Dainsleif
through the
had
rest
memories implanted into his mind. Could it be that it's happened more than once?
now. Amadea.
We thought Chief Amadea forgot about the missing villager. But it turns out, we're at a moment in time before the village issued the commission.
It's Atosa. Same time of day, same
Right.
everything.
That's exactly what Atosa described.
And he walked off with someone probably heading towards the tree.
Come to think of it, every time we talked, it always seemed to be around dusk, just like right now. Time always passed by really slowly. Even when it felt like we'd been talking for hours, the sun would still be at the same position in the sky.
Yep,
Oh
that
gosh,
has to be
flashbang
it.
again.
This is definitely Atosa's memory.
Let's go to the tree.
Yeah, that's where they'll be.
Granted, I said that well before we ever even started thinking about it, so that's just me. I kind of figured when they said we're leaving the village for somewhere, I'm gonna assume it's over here. Or else why would they bring it up in the first place? Yeah, whatever. We'll let the story play out the way it wants to play out. Hello. Looks very spiffy. Got like a nice little robe
So, you
on
see,
and
Granny
everything.
Jahiet was a mercenary when she was younger. She just talks like that out of habit. She's not trying to scare the children on purpose. Oh, there I go again. Always talking about my own things. Do you maybe have anything you want to share? It's okay if you don't. You could also just talk about what you think of me?
Aww.
Oh, I think you're an incredibly strong and thoughtful young woman.
It
You'll meet
sounds
many
very
amazing
awkward,
people
and I love it.
and live a very happy life. You won't miss someone like me.
Aww, what the heck?
Are those your friends over there?
Yeah, the people just staring at us. We finally found him, but why does he look kind of familiar?
Oh, right. This version of Atosa hasn't met us yet.
Well, yeah.
Friends? I guess you could say that. It must have taken them a lot of effort to find me. So,
Oh?
I should see what they need. I'm sorry, Atosa. We'll have to continue this conversation another time.
Another time, huh? Yeah, okay. I'll head back to the village then. Talk to you some other time.
Aww. Dude, she totally has feelings for you, but I don't think you're gonna realize that one.
It's nice to see you, Traveler. I believe this is the first time we've met.
Well, then how do you know who we are? That's a bit funky. Oh. Factoring in the memories, the Abyss Order, the Luma Fate, and everything else, I didn't think of the one person that can connect all this together. Clothar Alberts? Or Alberts?
The founder of the Abyss Order. The man who broke the curse of immortality.
But didn't we... I think during that mission, I could have sworn we found his bones outside. Outside of his house, so I think he's already gone. The visionary Vetfernir?
Dane's brother. One of the 5 sinners of Conria. The one who stole the power of the Abyss.
Yeah, I don't think if it's one of the top brass of Conria and these sinners, I don't think they're gonna be as nice just to walk up and say hi. Honestly, by process of elimination, I think it has to be Carrie Bear. Or Kari Bear.
Born into abject sorrow, he shall now become the Loom of Fate.
Yeah, and considering we're talking about the Loom of Fate, yeah, that honestly, that pretty much matches. I'm gonna take a guess, it's Carrie Bear.
You're... Kari Bear Alberic.
Alberic? Oh gosh, that is not how you said that. That is my bad. What, Alberic? Alberic? Carrie Bear, Kari Bear Alberic?
You know me? That's quite the surprise. I don't believe I've met you before.
Yeah, but you know who we are, so how come that's weird?
I see. It was the memory, wasn't it? Your sibling's memory. You saw... the me from back then.
You know, I'm gonna look this up real fast. I am fairly confident that this dude was once a Hilichurl. Like, I think this was the one where the father found his son being a Hilichurl, and he had been able to, like, push it off far enough to basically have him still be a Hilichurl, but have his mind. Hold on, I'm gonna try to run this over real fast. Where they find him with a Hilichurl with a bandaged wound. Sorry, I'm reading kind of this off the website. Administered the Carrie Bear has no effect, leaving in rage. So yeah, so Carrie Bear was actually the Hilichurl we helped from one of the previous Archon quests. Issue is, this isn't a Hilichurl. So what in the world is he doing looking like a human?
This is Atosa's memory. I came here to say goodbye to her. But I suppose I'll just leave her a message instead. Come, let's find somewhere else to talk.
And you need to explain why you aren't a Hilichurl. Did we just, we enter his mind space? And this means what? I can't read any of this. What does any of that mean? Lovely. beautiful even, actually. Because there's just a bunch of writing on the screen, and there's nothing to actually say what the writing means. Oh, great, lovely. Just erase it. Yeah. I mean, if this is your mental scape, I'm not gonna lie, it's a very pretty place. I like where we're at. This is beautiful. Oh my goodness. The proof of existence. That is such a beautiful... I'm sorry, there's something about that sound that, like, I don't know, it makes me happy. Can we just... We really can just walk. Okay, I know we're supposed to be doing the mission, however, this is much more interesting to me. What? How far out does this go? Did we just... Oh no, there's a wall. Okay. I was wondering if there's an invisible wall. I'm like, is it not gonna stop me? Okay, so it's actually a pretty big space. It just allows you to go out as far as you want, really. Or, not out as far as you want, but basically to the point where you can't see anything else that's important. The rest is just an expanse of very pretty colors and sounds. I absolutely love this sound. I cannot get over the sound that it makes when you are, like, taking steps and stuff. It sounds so nice. I want to know why he's being so nice to us. Because, like, besides Dainsleif, anyone from Conria has basically always attacked us on sight. There's been very few who have been actually nice to us. And he doesn't seem well off, so that's awesome. What is this place?
I suppose you could call it the realm of my consciousness.
I was right. It is your mental
I'm someone
scape.
who no longer exists in the real world, after all. As you well know.
I knew it. It was your mental scape. You look quite exhausted.
It's nothing. I still have enough strength to play the part of a good host. I've always hoped that I'd get the chance to talk to you like this. And now, the time has finally arrived.
This is a rare opportunity for me as well. I should try to learn as much information from Caribera as I can. What exactly happened to you? What exactly is the Loom of Fate? He's not going to answer either, is he?
Extreme sorrow and pain.
Nope, scratch that. Loom of Fate.
Hope and regret coursing through your veins. And a degree of abyssal power that defies comprehension.
That's the Loom of Fate?
Father told me that once I possessed all those elements, I would become the Loom of Fate.
No, so you become the Loom of Fate.
Despite his intentions for me, I never truly became the Loom of Fate. I was merely used as a means for its construction. In truth, I died the moment I set everything in motion.
What?
The person you see before you now is nothing but a remnant of consciousness left over within the Loom of Fate.
Then what is it? Care Bear is dead. That's why he no longer exists outside of people's memories.
As for your question, the Loom of Fate is a device capable of weaving ley lines.
That sounds scary.
In its primitive form, it can only be used to create and implant memories. But, as more of it is completed, its power becomes stronger and stronger, until finally, it has the power to weave real ley lines of its own.
That
once fully
does not
completed,
sound good at all.
The moment it gains the power to weave ley lines, it loses the lower level ability to influence memories. But it also becomes a tool that can change the entire world.
So that was the source of your ability to implant memories.
I have the ability to control the loom in its semi-completed form. I suppose you can think of it as a form of compensation.
So it's like, yeah, thanks for dying for me. Here's some
After
little
all,
power.
Its existence cost me my life.
So the memories that suddenly appeared in Dane's mind were implemented by Carrie Bear through the half-finished Loom of Fate. See, that makes sense why the Traveler wasn't, like, didn't seem like he was actually messing with Dane's mind, because it'd feel weird for him to attack like that. That makes sense, but I'm still at a loss as to why he went so far as to introduce himself to all the residents of Vimara Village. But why did you implement memories of yourself? Basically the same question.
I was wrong to implant those memories. I'm sorry I caused so much trouble. Not only for everyone in the village, but for you as well.
Also, yes, my theories were wrong. It wasn't the Mill Traveler. That's my bad.
I just wanted them to feel like I once existed in this world.
Poor Carrie.
As if I had a chance at life.
This poor dude has just been basically used his whole life. And so that's why. I would have never guessed. But is there any kind of meaning to this? Does only existing in people's memories really count as living?
I know what you must be thinking.
Well, I am in your mind, so I would assume you understand what I'm thinking.
Why would I do something so meaningless? But I just couldn't accept it. I had to know what it would be like if I had my own life. What kind of person I would be. What other people would think of me.
Poor Carrie Bear. He just wanted... I mean, really, the dude just wanted to live a life, and unfortunately...
Chief Amadia.
Abyss Order said no.
Granny Jahiat. Atosa. What would it be like if I could live alongside them? No cataclysm, no curse. Just a quiet life in a peaceful village. I was curious, so I selfishly tried to have my own life. Even if that meant piecing together the version of myself that could have been. One memory at a time.
Man, this... Oh, gosh. This hits me right in the heart. Because, I mean, jeez. He's done nothing wrong. I mean, literally, he's done nothing wrong. Besides implement himself in other people's minds, which his only reason to do that is just to exist.
I know
that
it sounds stupid.
Gosh, dude.
After all, my life ended a long time ago.
Yeah, but that's not his fault, though.
Any chance at living was stripped away from me when I was 8 years old. My consciousness left to mature in an illusory world of nothingness. Even the form you see before you was nothing but an invention based on my father's appearance. An imagined version of what I would look like if I had the chance to grow up.
In the end, this all stems from the tragedy that Kurt and Connery had back then. You know, everyone is looking for you.
I know. But there's nothing I can do to make them find me. If I could exist in the real world, I would return without a second thought and surprise them with the suddenness of it all. But, well, that's not possible for me.
As I understand it, even though you only appeared in their memories, your existence was a great comfort to them. They all believed you... Oh, gosh. They all believed you once lived among them. This is...
I know.
Rough. I just want to... Gosh, I just want to give this poor dude a big hug. He deserves it. Well, now that I found you, let's continue this conversation some other time. Dane might still need my help.
Captain Dainsleif? Twilight Sword, you mean?
What?
No need to meet up with him. Things should already be settled on his end.
Settled?
Exactly. As someone who could only exist in people's memories, the fact that I'm able to talk to you in my consciousness like this can only mean one thing. The Loom of Fate has already been completed.
What? And you're stopping me? We need to go now. The Loom of Fate is already complete? That means the Eye of the First Field Tiller must have fallen into the hands of the Abyss. Could something have happened to Dainsleif? Well, Dane,
no need to worry about Captain Dainsleif. He's absolutely fine. The only reason he lost the eye was because I happened to guess exactly what he was planning. Captain Dainsleif has had the eye inside his body this whole time, hasn't he?
What?
His plan was to lure the Abyss Order to a false location,
No, I
capitalizing
didn't know that.
on their pursuit of the eye in order to have the chance to confront the prince. He would then hand the eye to you and tell you to take it away from that location. That way, Captain Dainsleif could accomplish his own goal and ensure the safety of the eye all at once. A very thorough plan.
And I bet he was probably doing it to protect us, but he never gave us the eye. I think he was scared of us getting chased and hurt.
That's right. Because in his mind, he had given it to you already.
Oh no. Do not tell me I cried for well, not cried, but about cried for this dude and he's about to betray us. Do not. Does that mean he gave Dane a false memory? Do not tell me. You made him think that when?
Before you two entered that false location.
Traveler, wait.
So he would have given it to us here. And then never did.
We've no time to lose. Let's head inside.
Gosh dang it. So when Dane froze up back then, it was because a false memory was being implanted in his mind? No wonder. She's not realizing the fact that literally the dude that is betraying us is right.
That was when I implanted the memory of him handing you the eye.
Why is he working for them? After everything they did to him, why is he
Given the
working?
tense situation at that time, Captain Dainsleif failed to notice anything out of the ordinary, and took that memory to be real. I'm sorry, Traveler, but I needed the Loom of Fate to be completed. And to do that, we had to retrieve the eye.
Well, let me get back my emotional pain from this, because you really kind of hurt me there, and now I'm upset. So Dane had the eye the whole time, until the Abyss Order took it away. I'm not sure there's anything we could have done. Now that the Loom of Fate is completed, what are you planning to do with it?
I promise I'm not trying to conceal anything from you, but I truly have no idea what the Prince is planning.
Then why are you helping him?
Tevat's ley line system is deeply entrenched in the planet. Creating new ley lines can neither replace nor extend the ones that already exist. In the face of everything they could be planning, I fear I'm too insignificant to even get a glimpse of the bigger picture. In any case, I had my own use for the Loom of Fate, and my goal, at least, has been achieved.
Your goal?
You remember my father, don't you? Clotar Alberic. I believe you saw him in your sibling's memory.
Yeah, that's Psycho, yeah. Granted,
After he used the power of the Abyss to restore consciousness to my hilichurl form, I suffered from an indescribable level of mental anguish. To comfort me, my father told me a story, that this was a fairy tale world where I had to take on the form of a little monster. That story managed to dispel my fears, even if just for a moment. My goal was simple: to use the Loom of Fate in its near-completed form, when its ability to create memories was at its strongest, to implant a specific memory into the minds of the hilichurls. In that memory, I would tell them a story,
it's just
like my father did for me.
Oh my gosh.
It was a story of fairy tales and love. But more than anything, it was the story of us.
Oh, he was just trying to give them comfort. So that... Oh, pause this real fast. I knew it. So that was his goal. That was the only thing he wanted. He had a device as powerful as the Loom of Fate at his disposal, and all he wanted to do with it was to offer the hilichurls a moment of comfort and peace.
I can't change the world. Not when I lost the very right to exist within it. Implanting those memories, that was the most worthwhile thing I could offer.
Perhaps, I think it was very meaningful indeed.
All that's left of my existence is a wisp of residual consciousness tied to the Loom of Fate. In truth, that trace of my consciousness should have dissipated long ago. My goal was the one thing that allowed me to hold on all this time.
And so, you're gonna disappear soon, right?
But now, the bedtime story is finished. And it's finally time to rest.
No. Yep, cutscene. He disappears. Gosh dang it. He honestly wasn't even a bad guy either. That's what's so annoying about this whole thing. And I wanna... There's two people up in the street, and I wanna know who they are.
Looks like I was too late to see Kari Bear one last time.
What? He just... Oh, please, come on, something. At least the hand, like, give us something here. Gosh.
Kari Bear's consciousness is gone, and this space will soon disappear along with it. Neither of us belongs here. That's why we're not tangible. Were that not the case, I'd love to hug you too.
Oh my gosh. I knew it.
Well, how about a conversation?
Are we finally get a little bit more lore? It seems like every time Dainsleif appear, we just get lore dumping.
The chance to just stop and talk like this is certainly not easy to come by. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I almost can't believe it's real. Please tell me it's real. It better not be a fake memory.
That battle earlier was tough. The one against Dane, I mean. I didn't expect that after everything, he would still hesitate to raise his sword against me.
I mean,
Were it
so
not
would
for
we.
that, perhaps I'd still be no match for the Twilight Sword. Even after 500 years.
What exactly are you planning, and what are you doing to do with what are you going to do with the Loom of Fate?
The Loom of Fate, huh? I still haven't found a way to utilize it to its full potential. But there's still time. Before the heavenly principles awaken.
I knew it. I knew it, I knew it. I figured all along that all he's been trying to do is make sure the heavenly principles just start going away. Granted, I didn't know they were asleep. But I knew he was fighting against something
Yes.
like that.
For 500 years now, ever since the cataclysm in Conria, there's been no sign of activity.
I figured he
Not
was
long
fighting
ago,
against it.
you
which-
witnessed the Hydro Archon destroy her divine throne. Yes, such a flagrant disregard for the rules. And still Celestia took no action. I suppose that's proof enough of the Heavenly Principles situation. However, the Heavenly Principles will awaken. We just don't know when that will be, or what might trigger it.
Really, I hate the heavenly principles too. Because, you know, she asked, you really hate the heavenly principles, don't you? I'm like, I mean, I don't blame him. The heavenly principles are basically Celestia, or whoever the god is up there, basically saying, oh, I don't like this, don't do that. Which, I mean, it's pretty arrogant.
You could say that. Just look at Kari Bear. He was so pure and single-minded. The space we now find ourselves is a perfect representation of who he was.
Okay,
Quiet and peaceful.
I need to know who's in this tree. I need to know who this is. And it bothers me. We better know who this is. Because I almost want to zoom in, but I can't. We'll allow them to keep talking, though. I really want to know who that is.
Even
That's
as a
fine.
hilly churl, seeing the terrible sight within the mirror wasn't enough to taint his spirit. He brought comfort to the people of this world, even though he was denied the very right to be a part of it. So ask yourself this. Who was it that deprived him of that right to exist? Of course, that's only one example. My feelings about the heavenly principles are too complicated to explain in just a few words.
I mean, he's saying things that I've been saying. I don't blame him.
Lumine?
Wait, it actually called us Lumine?
You're the only one in this world who calls me that. There's so much I wanted to ask you. But for some reason, I'm not interested in asking those questions right now. There's just one thing I have to ask. One thing I could never understand. Why?
Yeah, why didn't you
can't
take
we
me with
continue
you?
our journey together?
I figured as much, cause it's. Oh, it was Kari Bear and the girl. That stinks.
At the end of my journey, I arrived at a place known as the Sea of Flowers at the end. Do you remember? A long time ago, when we traveled between worlds together. You told me. You wanted to find a place in the universe where that one flower was in full bloom. To have a place like that suddenly appear before me? Well, would you think of that as a coincidence?
You mean?
I miss you too, Lumine. But as this war continues to rage, and as I continue to seek that final answer, I don't even know how to face myself sometimes. Let alone my own sister.
What's going on?
I say it's.
This space has lost its tether. I doubt it'll be able to exist much longer. In fact, aside from our ability to physically interact with each other, there's something else you should know about this
Oh,
space.
you gotta be kidding me.
With Kari Bear gone,
I'll let him
we
say
won't
it,
be
but
able to remember anything that happened here.
really?
Everything in this space will be wiped from existence, including all memory of our reunion.
You're only telling me this now?
Unless it like worded shaped the mouth wrong, I think he was trying to say I'm sorry. Which, oh my gosh. I mean, can you just give us a little moment to like not have another cutscene for a few seconds? Like, I want to live in this.
Still so sleepy. Paimon's head feels all fuzzy. Oh, Paimon
Man.
woke up a little earlier than you, so Paimon will fill you in. The villagers said that they saw us sleeping near the village yesterday. They couldn't wake us up no matter how hard they tried, so they decided to just bring us back here. Oh, and Dane came by just now. It looked like he was injured. He didn't say anything, though. Just made sure that you were all right and left. Kinda seemed like he had a lot on his mind, but that's Dane for ya.
He never changes, does he? And I'm having trouble thinking straight right now.
Let's think for a second. We were in that memory, and we saw that guy you called Kari Bear.
Wait, we? You were in there with me?
He was the missing villager that we've been trying to find, right? And after
Oh, the
that,
memory, okay.
Paimon doesn't remember what happened.
Okay, so we do remember a bit though. Kari Bear and I talked for a while. He told me about the Loom of Fate.
Wait, really? What a score!
So why? I guess our commission is complete then. The missing villager, the person who only existed in people's memories, was Kari Bear all along. But now that he's gone, I'm not sure how to explain things to the villagers.
Well, what happened after that?
After that, I can't seem to remember. Maybe I'm just tired? I feel like something else happened, but why can't I remember? I'm not sure why, but it almost feels like I lost something.
Ah, there you are. Sleep well?
That's... Of course Aether
Aram?
would just...
You sure seem happy. Did something good happen?
Like, Aether would only just do that and be like, oh yeah.
Something good?
Let me tell you everything while you can't
Wasn't
remember
anything
it.
good or bad, I'd say. It's just that, well, the village organized another search party yesterday. It didn't feel right to leave all the searching to the adventurers. So there we were, searching away, when suddenly this one guy said it all came back to him. According to him, one day around dusk, he was passing by this one tree outside the village, and he saw our missing villager. There he was, sleeping under that tree all by himself. His parents came a little later to wake him up, and they all left together. It looked like quite a happy family, apparently. And after that, well, we all started to feel like that really is what happened. Kind of strange that we forgot all about it for so long.
So at least it gave him a happy memory. So that's how Carrie Bear said his goodbyes. That was the last memory he gave them.
Oh, and we also remembered his name, Curry Bear. Now, that's not a name you hear every day. Would have been helpful if we remembered it sooner.
I almost wonder if what we said about how the villagers felt about him got to him, and that's why he at least wanted to say goodbye, to at least make them feel better. That is a unique name. Make sure you remember it this time.
Well, I hope he's happy wherever he is. And we're all relieved now that we know what happened.
I think that makes him happy more than anything else. Is just knowing that his life was worth remembering.
Seems like everyone thinks Curry Bear left the village. That's probably for the best. At least they have some sort of explanation now.
Carrie Bear is gone, the Luma fate is now complete, and no one else will try to change the villagers' memories.
Paimon wonders how Atosa's doing. Maybe we should go check on her. If she hasn't remembered like everyone else, we can tell her what happened. Paimon didn't see her in the village just now, so she's probably at the tree. Come on, let's go talk to her.
We'll try to see if this is the final thing. If it isn't, we'll definitely save it for next stream because we're getting close to the end of time, and I don't want to get accidentally stuck with like a 30-minute long discussion over something. So unless we see another character, like if we don't see just Atosa, I might turn around. Nope. Okay, it's just her. We can talk to her and see what happens. Hopefully, it won't be too long. Just be like a little wrap up of the quest.
Hey, Atosa, how's it going?
Oh, it's you two. I was just about to go looking for you. I wanted to thank you. I was part of the search party, so I remember what happened to Kari Bear now. Honestly, I just can't believe I forgot something so important.
Maybe he wanted you to forget him. I'm sure he wouldn't want you to forget him. I mean, he really did, though. I'm gonna say that he really did want him to.
He always seemed to appear out of nowhere, and now he left just as quickly. If Kari Bear wants me to forget about the time we spent together, then I'm willing to try. I relied on him for a lot of things, but I'm sure with enough time, even the deepest of attachments can fade. Okay, I'll admit, I'm just putting on a brave face. I was dumped, wasn't I?
What? Huh?
Otherwise, why would he just leave like that without saying goodbye?
Wait, they were actually a thing? Or like, she confessed and she got dumped. Because like, what?
You don't need to comfort me. I'll be okay. It's just like Kari Bear said. It's the things we overcome that make life more precious. And you know, if he has a heart, maybe he'll come back and see me one day. Anyway, thanks for all your hard work, you two.
That probably
I promised I'd help Granny
happen,
Tahiyat with something, so I should head back. Goodbye.
Well, that should be it, right? Everyone's lives can go back to normal now.
Yeah, but where's
Oh,
Dane?
right. Weren't you about to tell Paimon what happened after your conversation with Curry Bear?
The issue is we don't remember. Right. What was it that happened? I can't remember. It feels like there's something strange in my pocket. Or something in my pocket.
A picture? Where'd that come from? Let Paimon see.
You must get along with each other, the two of you. You've got to be kidding me. You can't end it like that. That is the meanest thing ever. That is so cruel. You can't just end it like that and just be like, yep, that's the mission. Good job, guys. Oh, man. Well, I will just say we did get it done in one stream, which is just surprising. Oh my goodness. Was not expecting to get done with the entire Archon quest. Especially since it was like not even 3 hours, it was actually 2. But that was something else. I will admit, that was an amazing mission, and I
Ad
think
Astra.
it definitely
Thank you for
dropped a lot more lore onto us because, of
Ad
course,
Astra.
as Genshin always does when it comes to this kind of stuff. So yeah, I guess the new island is just a new island they decided to add. I don't know why. But alright, whatever, I ain't gonna complain too much. The town where only I am missing. Investigate someone who only exists in people's memories. Long-awaited moment. Without your knowledge, Dainslift crossed swords with your sibling. Proof of existence. Enter Carrybear's realm of consciousness. Bedtime story. Complete bedtime story. And I think that's it. Yep. Let's try and see if we can do any wishes. Because, oh yeah, we 100% can. I want to try to get Clarion, because I would like another character to DPS with. Please. Just another character, come on. Oh my gosh. We're gonna get to, like, 90 summons again before I ever actually get another 5-star. It is ridiculous. That was Toma. Man, we didn't even get the new character. Alright, let's go to the shop. I highly doubt we have enough to actually buy anything, or buy another summon. Yeah, no, figured. Well, that
When the sun's out,
kind of stinks, but... yeah, I guess we're just gonna have to etch it on that wish. Honestly, that was...
bathe in moonlight.
That was a really good stream, and I really think that the story progressed very far in a really short amount of time, so... Yeah, there's that. I'm gonna pause this so Hu Tao can't talk. But yeah, for those who came out today, thank you so much for watching. And for those watching this later, thank you so much for watching as well. And yeah, I hope to see everyone on Friday for our next stream on Honkai Star Rail, where we will definitely be finishing the Trailblaze mission. I refuse to stop streaming until we do. And yeah, I hope everyone has an amazing time until then. And this has been another meeting at the Gaming Roundtable, and I hope to see everyone next time. Bye for now.